Master Gassers. We got Buddy Kofoid's quick time already. We've got about to have 4 cars that registered. We got Kofoid, Dodge, Daggett, and Corbett here. Kind of surprised to see Jai Corbett make the trip. How about you?
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that. Um, but they've been I feel like they were a little bit better last year. And I was surprised because usually the Australian guys get a little bit better the second time they come over.
I was kind of surprised Dodge showed up too. He's kind of a hit or miss guy, but I don't normally associate him with Michigan, so I'm surprised he's there. Corbett
Yeah, I
actually
feel like
laid
he
a
sticks
pretty
around
close
that
lap to
Michigan, Indiana area.
Corbett actually ran a lap pretty comparable to Kofoid here. He might be in good shape.
Now, do you know, does this track have a lot of fall off usually?
Typically Michigan tracks do, but this like Michigan tracks are typically very like this, like dusty, sandy, hard on tires. But I feel like this is about as well prepared as you're gonna get a Michigan track. What's insane to me, I was telling you earlier, is Hartford used to be way bigger. Like it used to be a massive half mile. Yeah, I'm thinking Kofoid didn't lay the lap he wanted because Cole just went quick time. So I'm feeling like Kofoid didn't quite get the lap he wanted there. Macedo will probably be pretty happy with that lap, I'd say.
Yeah, what do we got? 30 cars, I think.
Looks like a decent car count. Michigan's usually pretty
Yeah,
good for that
30.
stuff. Torgerson's going out. I know your buddies with Scott Boguski. What are you hearing for him?
I actually haven't heard anything. I know he was in that 1X car at Knoxville last week, and he made the show. Um, but I'm pretty sure that's just like that's a really small team, so I don't really know if
Yeah,
that's a long-term
yeah,
thing for them.
they're Kansas-based team.
Hmm.
This Jason Blonde here, who's up, he's actually the Bristol track record holder. He did it in a pavement sprint. He was actually, I want to say, 2 miles an hour faster than Sam's lap on dirt. But Blonde, he's gotten older now, but in his younger days, he was quite the stud. To be quite honest with you, he was really good in Michigan and Ohio back in the day. His daughter, she usually sings the national anthem at Eldora, and she's also a professional cornhole player. So,
Well,
so
he
they're
uh,
pretty
he wins at
interesting.
Butler still all the time in the
Yeah,
local and the
yeah,
weekly shows.
yeah. So, just in case you guys don't know, Dom's planning to be on probably within the next 15 minutes. Sam's planning to be on within, I'd say, the next 20 minutes, and JJ's planning to be on later so we can ask him why he didn't bless America after his win. Because I feel like everyone wants to know that answer.
I actually was shocked.
I don't think people realize how blank you go in victory lane. There I
Well,
go. I
especially
said
his
I don't
first
think
one in
people realize.
Knoxville.
Gravel second quick.
There he goes.
I'm thinking you're a little ahead of me because there he goes. By only a quarter of a second. That's all.
I'll pause it for
They
two
seem to have.
seconds.
I just let it rip. They seem to have their qualifying pretty darn figured out.
Well, he's technically the last winner in 410s here. Well, for the Outlaws.
Got
Because I
William
think the
Balog
the
out here.
All-Star show here last year was like the first 410 show since like 2018 or something like that, maybe 2019.
Wouldn't surprise me. When they first redid this track, I don't think a lot of people really liked it. From the way I had it explained to me, it had reverse banking. Like you'd get into a corner and you'd like fall off. It was kind of weird. So Baylog just went third quick there. That was certainly impressive. And Danny Sams, I mean, everyone thinks of him as Florida man, but he spent a pile of time racing in Michigan. So him going second quick here is not a surprise at all. But it is his
I'm
first
not
time running
surprised.
the place in a 410. It is his first time running the place with the 410.
Yeah, so
Cane Toad
July
Sprint Cars.
2019, it was Gravel, Schuhart, Schatz, Carson Macedo, and Craig Kinzer was the top five.
Cane
So
Toad
all
Sprint Cars
four
for
guys
Australia's
are still
watching. So
racing.
yeah. Lamberson here, he's got a couple 360 wins. He can be pretty decent in a 360. Peterson, we used to race all the time in a 305, but he seems to have gone really well with the 98 team. I feel like you know some stuff on them.
He's got a big Gassers logo on his front nose wing right now.
That's what I thought. How'd that happen?
Yeah, honestly, like he reached out to me literally like when I first started doing stuff like online, and he was just like, "Hey, I like what you're doing. Like, are you interested in like maybe like doing a write up on me?" Because like I was just starting, like I was like trying to make contact with any drivers and stuff, and then we just became buddies after that, and I kind of just started doing stuff for him just to get my name out there and just to help him out as well, like a trade off. And then it just turned into like a bigger trade off where now my sticker's on his car and he gets graphics and stuff for free.
DeVault might be an interesting one here. He runs a lot in Michigan and Ohio. I don't know if he's run Hartford a lot, but he's generally one of the better studs in Michigan and Ohio.
That car, I think was Keith Sheffer used to drive that car, or is that a different 14?
He might have. He might have. I'm not
Because that
positive
car
on
gets
this.
around Michigan pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, Sheffer's been in all kinds of stuff. I remember racing him in an 86 car. Then he did some non wing stuff and then saw him in several different cars. DeVault ended up ninth quick there. I feel like if he's going to go good, this is the kind of place. Surprised Buddy only went fifth for going out early. Who do we got
I don't
now?
think Stanball will time well, but I think he could probably race well if this place slicks off a lot.
Yeah, he's a pretty good racer and is really good in the slick. I think Darren Knight is going with him too. He's another guy. He could have a surprising run here. Uh, he's been hit or miss, but when he's good, he's usually pretty darn good. I wouldn't be surprised if he lays down a lap here at all. Like,
That two
and
MD
yeah, I've
car, I
used
feel
it.
like is hit or miss too, because like sometimes that car's pretty fast, and other times I feel like it kind of is just off the pace a little bit.
Yeah, I do know they have good stuff. Joe Gertie knows those guys pretty well, and he does say they actually have pretty good stuff. Oh, Stanball's way up there.
Oh, that's a good lap by Nida.
Sixth quick. Yeah, he could definitely surprise some people. Who do we got next here? Somebody who's not firing. Ryan Rule. He's my buddy. I love me some Ryan Rule. One of the nicest dudes in the pits. I would love to see this car fire. Please fire. There was a time, I'd say around 2015, 2017, where he was the guy to beat in Michigan in the 360 world, but looks like he's not firing. And the shots guy is pretty good, but I don't know. Do you think this is the kind of track where shots will be good? It seems like there's a lot of holes and stuff. Sometimes
I
Donnie struggles on
do.
that, and sometimes he makes people look silly on that.
I was trying to figure it out earlier because obviously there's not too many guys who have laps here. But when I was
Yeah.
watching like the All-Star race from last year, like I was just like, man, like I think Tyler Courtney would be really good here. I wonder if he's going to show up, but he's not here. But I think obviously gravel, this track kind of fits his style, and I was thinking Donnie as well. So I do think Donnie could definitely be on the podium.
I think the holes change things, but for a lot of guys, it's not getting very wide either. Donnie looks like he's probably going to be pretty good. So I'd say so far the surprising runs are Nida, and Corbett, I would say. I feel like Donnie's avoiding some holes here.
That was a little better. Yeah, I think. I mean, I guess. I mean, Danny Sams, like you said, he doesn't have 410 laps here, but they've been struggling. They
Yeah.
started, like kind of racking up a few top tens with high limit, but now they kind of fell off a little bit again.
Who do we got here? Jason Ferguson, do not know. One of the few I don't know here. Just I race in Michigan, Ohio a fair bunch. I've just never raced with him. I'm gonna assume he's a Butler guy or something along those lines because I've never run Butler. And then Sheldon, second quick.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
They're starting to rip pretty good.
Yeah, I was doing
Didn't quite get there.
started doing like Kings Royal rankings, just messing around a little bit, and I have Sheldon pretty high. I think they could have a pretty good showing at Eldora.
I don't think you're too wrong there. I don't think that's the worst decision you've ever made in your life. Who do we have here? Another car I do not recognize from racing with them.
Parker Scott is the Aussie.
Yeah, I've never raced with him. And then we
He
have Chris
ran
Wyndham. I can see
Ohio
Wyndham.
Speed Week.
I don't know if Wyndham's going to tear it up in time trials, but I feel like Wyndham's going to be a guy who, as this place gets wider and has more options, I feel like him and sides could be really, really good. Like, I feel like he's like the 20th to 9th guy tonight.
That's a
But
decent
he
line
time
for
trialed
him.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like this is the kind of place they go really good at. Oh, Gaster. I don't know if it's. There you go, 6 quick. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, no.
Howdy, folks.
Look at this legend.
Hey there.
How we doing, Steve?
Pretty good, Dom. Long time no see.
No shit.
I feel like you got a haircut since I last saw you.
I did. I got a haircut.
You're looking
got cleaned
stellar.
up. Casey Jedrzejek's back after the
here we go.
Broken. Was it the broken axum or the broken arm or whatever it was?
Pile drive.
Larynx. Already stirring up shit, huh, Dom?
Yeah, you know how it goes.
I feel like he should be pretty good here. I feel like he's probably got laps here. Just in
the surprisingly, I looked it up and he does not have laps here. Not even in a 360.
Williamson going third quick. Once again threatening to win. And now
both laps
got. Oh, we're live, big fella. We've been live.
Oh, nice.
This is a local car, I believe. The one Teal started out in, but I believe they used to race Michigan, Ohio all the time.
Oh, it's not a Wisconsin car?
No, I don't think so. It might be, but like we raced them all the time in like GLSS and NRA. They had a different kit. I knew you were going to ask me that, but there's been about 17 guys that drove it when we've raced them, so I wouldn't pin it down to one guy.
The nose looks really high and the ass looks really low on it.
And then Connor Morrell, almost up to we're almost back to Oshweek, and he's got to be licking his chops. Team Canada enters the top 10. Hell yeah. Go Canada. How's Disney, Dom?
We don't leave until tomorrow.
Oh, shit. I thought you were going today.
I thought
that's
we were going
why you're able to do this.
Yeah, I thought we were going today, but we're going tomorrow.
How did you not know what day?
They're all running together.
Here's 2 guys that could drop a lap.
Yeah. 41 looks
If
quick.
these two guys drop laps, they put Kofoid into a lot of trouble here in terms of getting out of a heat in a dash spot. Like he's already out in trouble, but if these two lay down laps, he's in a lot of trouble. Macedo
Oh
did.
yeah, he's in trouble.
Schuhart was okay. Second quick.
Hod's, I didn't see Gravel's lap, but Hod's lap looked fucking money.
Yeah,
They're
we
really
were
starting
saying
to hit their
Hod.
strides.
That's exactly what we were saying. Steve has him ranked pretty high going into the Kings Royal.
Mm-hmm.
What are your numbers saying, Steve? Why do you have him ranked so high? Other than obviously he's good. Like, is it like, are they running better on big tracks than we realize, or?
It's more. I think it's just more of a recency bias because, and just their program is lights out right now. I feel like.
Yeah, they've been super consistent.
He has his best average finish of his career right now with the Outlaws.
So I think it's 3 heats tonight, right? So we did officially knock Buddy to 4th in a heat. Do I have that right?
30 cars, yeah, it should be 3 heats.
That's what I was saying. Those two guys laying down laps put him in a spot. But I don't know. Do you, Dom? I know Sam loves starting 4th in a race. Would you rather start 3rd or 4th in a race?
It all depends on where I am. Like a place like this, it looks like you're probably better off starting on the inside. I don't know if that's correct or not, but just from the shape of it, I can't remember. I feel like this place used to be bigger, was it not?
I was telling Steve, this place used to be massive.
Yeah.
Like, absolutely massive.
Mm-hmm.
So, Dom, we told people we were going to do a mailbag. I've got a couple questions for you that were specifically for Dom. So, let me look these up here. Oh, good. My post about going live never went on Facebook, so that's super. Okay, Dominic Selzy questions. Dom, do you eat hot? Shane Smith from Skagit Midget Star wants to know: do you eat hot dogs for the taste or the shape?
The mouthfeel, for sure.
Okay. What else do we have here? There's more than that. There was more Dom questions. There's a serious one, so I'll skip it to a less serious one. There's a million like ask Dom questions. But we'll go to the not serious ones first.
What
Dom, what's your favorite?
His ass with in the shower.
What's Dom's favorite taco of choice? Shredded beef, chicken, steak, or pink?
No, it's al pastor. That's the best one. Then maybe pink.
Damn it.
But yeah, no,
okay.
al pastor for sure.
Okay, let's get to the serious questions now. What are serious one for Dom? I would like Christopher Dye wants to know your opinion on the state of NARC since the change in ownership, and how do you feel like things are going this year?
Can I say pass?
I think you just did.
Yeah, pass.
You answered the question.
I feel like I'll answer the question for Dom. I don't think he's thrilled with the direction, but I think he has faith in the people that are in charge. Is that?
I have
Dom?
The utmost faith in John Hager.
Yes, that's. Yeah. I feel like how you would like to answer that question.
That's how I'll answer it. I think John Hager is fantastic. I think we have more work to do with the series right now than in my 12 or 13 years of racing sprint cars. I think it's got a lot more work right now than it ever has before. And I think I wish we had like a guy that had raced nationally that could come to the races and help the series and build it up. Like somebody that had raced nationally and perhaps, I don't know, maybe
won a few titles,
won a couple national championships, and might be the one of the best sprint car drivers of all time. If we had a guy like that that could come actually help, that'd be pretty cool. But we don't have that. We don't have that.
Yeah. No, not at all.
No.
Cocaine wants to know, Dom, as a wee little lad, did you ever go? Yes. Dom, as a wee little lad, did you ever go out and experience the zoo at Brainerd? I've got some great pictures of your dad and Uncle Ron.
Yes, I did. I was way too young to party, but I remember taking the golf cart through there at a young age thinking, what the fuck is going on? Like, it was so wild, but very, very cool. I remember specifically a guy had made a 2-story like car with, it was like beds. There was like a bed and then it was 2x4 and then a bed on top. And it was literally like the Step Brothers when they're building bunk beds. That's what it looked like.
And they have so much room for activities.
Yes, but it had wheels. I will never forget that as long as I live. It was nuts.
Okay. Pat Marinko wants me to ask you, what did you think about more national racers at Skagit Speedway Super Dirt Cup when it's more of a regional shows? What were the pros and cons? And just what do you think? I feel like we're asking Dom all the questions to get him in trouble. So let's see if we can get him in trouble with this.
I need to watch what I say here, but
you believe in John Hager?
Yeah, I love John Hager. It's a high limit junior race. I don't agree with it. I don't understand why the West Coast has all these big paying events and we've got 3/4 of the high limit schedule or crew there to take the money from the local teams. I don't know. The argument that you'll get from that is, well, it's a crown jewel event. And, you want the best guys there. I don't disagree with you on that. But the crown jewel event is the Skagit Nationals, which was the Outlaw show there and is now the high limit show that pays $126,000. That is your national crown jewel event up there in the north. The Dirt Cup has always been a crown jewel for the West Coast guys, and guys like John Allard. He strung together some great runs at the Dirt Cup and bought his house because of his runs at the Dirt Cup and was able to afford stuff like that because of the Dirt Cup. So I just think that we've really gotten away from that. I think that the Trophy Cup is going to be really
I can tell you, I 100% planned on going to Trophy Cup when it was a 360 show, and I 100% don't plan on going to Trophy Cup right now, unless I'm helping someone.
Yeah, which would be cool.
Yeah, I'm just saying, maybe someone on the broadcast that might go.
Yeah, certain individual on the West
Otherwise, I wasn't going to go as a fan when I was going to go as a 360 guy when it was a 360 race.
I guess I'll just say this. I'll just say this about West Coast sprint car racing. It looks a lot better than it is. And if you start asking any team out here, nobody's happy.
I do like this question from Cameron Darling. How much does being a bigger guy put you at a disadvantage in a 410? Does it make what guys like Dom and Danny do more impressive, or can you buy enough titanium parts to make them close to the weight rule?
I'm about 100 pounds heavy every night. Like our car rolls across the scales at a minimum 100 to 140 pounds.
I think it's just to help you. I think it would surprise people how close people aren't on the weight rule. Like, I think there's teams that are absolutely pushing it, but I know, like, okay, Dylan Westbrook is not a big guy. We're always 100 pounds over. Like,
yeah,
automatic.
Like, we run across the scales between 1540 and 1570 every day of the week. I'm a big boy. Danny's a big boy. I've always felt like, if you put a good lap together, it shouldn't matter if your shit's right. But but I don't know. I mean, I definitely think it's a little bit of a disadvantage, but it's a self-made one. You know, like for me, I mean, Danny Dietrich's a big boy because he's tall. I'm a big boy because I like to eat. So
You like
you know,
to
a little bit
party.
different. Yeah, yeah. I like to party, but you know, to get, you know, I do think it matters. I think that if there was a way I could roll across the scales at 1450, you know, that'd be pretty cool. But yeah, I don't see that being a thing for me.
Now I'm gonna try and get you into more trouble. We have a question that in our group chat was pretty obvious to us, but I'm gonna throw it at you, Dom, and I'm gonna let you answer this. Brian Mylott wants to know, and Scott McPherson agrees, why isn't Caleb Montgomery in a full-time national touring ride right now?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I think
this to preface this, you and him just went up and down the road on the West Coast together, selling T-shirts together, making videos together. You guys are friends.
I love Caleb. Yeah, so a lot of people don't know. I grew up parked next to him in Lemoore Raceway, racing micro sprints as little kids, and I've known him. I mean, I would say the majority of my life, almost all of my life. I consider Caleb a friend. I think he's incredibly talented. I think putting a guy like that on the national tour would be one. I think it's an absolutely retarded take. For one, like I just have to say that what a horrible take on this. That's just ludicrous. And two, it's not because I don't think Caleb's good enough. It's you don't take a kid that's really good in college ball, college baseball, and is really honing his skills and is really starting to grow into a great player, and then you have him pitching for the Yankees, 2 weeks later. You don't do that. There's a process, and you have to go through that process. It was Caleb's first trip through Oregon and Washington, so he's seeing all these tracks for the first time, and he did fantastic. Horrible fucking results. I don't think he finished a single race the entire time, but timed in really good every night that it didn't blow up. He would have raced well, but either crashed or a part broke or whatever went wrong, but things went wrong. And I think it got really overshadowed what he was able to do in a new car at new racetracks. But I think Caleb is very much talented enough to go to the national level. He is nowhere near ready. He needs to see places like Oregon and Washington. He needs to see, other parts of the country. He needs to experience some other regions and really get some racing under his belt. He's his own crew chief. He's 24 years old or 25 years old. He's his own crew chief, his own mechanic. I mean, he does the majority of the work, and it's a family-run team. By no means, if you were to plug him in Aaron Reitzel's car, I wouldn't think it'd be fair to expect a lot out of him. Not saying that he's not talented. And if you were to bring him to California, he'd probably be badass and more than capable of winning. But I just think that you set people up for failure when they haven't had the right schooling to get to that point. I think Justin Sanders isn't like one of those anomalies where he's done it long enough that he's really good pretty much anywhere he's been so far in all the cars he's driven. Like he's driven for Macri, he's driven for all these guys. I would say his weakness would be, super slick tracks and, half miles, but he's made the Knoxville Nationals. He's gone to, I-70 and run well. He's run well at big places, but I would say he'd need a year of racing all over himself, not on a national tour, to be fully ready. And I think that'd be a guy that could run top 5 in national points in 1 year if you were to give him a year to get ready for
it. Steve, do the numbers say he's ready?
I don't have the numbers in front of me, but I agree with Dom. He needs to put together full nights before he even thinks about, even going to like a more regional schedule outside of California. Like Dom said, he was fast in like the NARC trip up through Oregon and Washington, but there was some self-inflicted things there too, where like he could have, had a top 5 in the A maybe, but he either wrecked early or, wrecked in the A. So I've noticed that a lot out of him this year. He, some of the stuff's not his fault at all, but there are other times when, it's hard racing with him and it doesn't go his way. So I think, like Dom said, he just needs to get more laps and then put together complete nights, from start to finish, like time well at the beginning and then, have a podium at the end.
Yeah, well, and another thing with Caleb, like what we're talking with Caleb is like, I look at him last year for the Outlaw and the high limit stuff. I think what we saw there was potential. Like Dan almost won Placerville. He was really good at Tulare. He was good at a lot of national shows. He timed in well. What we're seeing there is not the finished product. We're seeing potential. And I do believe he's in this stage where every good guy I feel like goes through it is they put themselves in bad positions or they get upside down or, they're trying to push the issue. He's going to get through this too. And the next stage is going to be winning a lot of local and regional races. It's just, I don't feel he's quite there yet. Personally, I think that, and I don't know where they're at financially as a team or where he's at or what he even wants, but like if I could see him leave California right now, I think if you did 3 years doing like what Joe Myers Jr. is doing, if you saw him in 3 years of doing that, you'd see a fucking monster.
My take is that there's levels to this and people don't understand the level gap right now. Like an example I'll give. If we ask people about the ASCS, people will say ASCS sucks. They'll say they'll just say it sucks. For years, California and ASCS guys have said we want to see the California guys races at Creek County. Yeah, Cole says hi. Guy says, and I agree with this. Bill 16 something says Caleb always runs well in his own stuff, but seems to struggle when he drives for someone else. We can get into that. That's a whole nother topic.
As that's Jackson a common comes thing
in
too.
Now. Yeah, but Caleb last year did the dream race. He was the Californian that came to the ASCS races at Creek County, and it did not go well. He did not make the show the first night. He did make the redraw the second night, but he was going straight backwards when they dropped out. And it's like, well, if you're a person that believes that this guy's a national tour level driver, he can't be going backwards on an ASCS track that's got a giant curb and is like basically California style. I'm with you. I think he's got the potential, but I also think people always underestimate how good the best guys are. Yeah, the guys in rides on the Outlaw Tour, like who you knocking out? Because you can't knock out a guy that's paying for a ride. Yeah. So who you knocking out that isn't paying for a ride?
Yeah.
And then it's like when you start doing the levels of those two guys, it's not even close. Hi, Jackson.
Hey. I got about 4 minutes to hop on and say hey, so I figured I would pop on before the heat races.
Jackson said he was going to pop on when the support class was out there, but look at this little surprise.
Hey, my dirt vision's down. What's going on?
No, sorry. Let me hit the button.
What
the fuck? Heat race number 2 is going to be good. Donnie starts.
Is that the
6th.
Buddy?
Yeah. Buddy starts 4th behind Garrett and David in the first heat race. I think that'll be a good one too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Like
in the track.
Someone just commented, stay with NARC and log laps, occasionally run with other regional tours to learn other tracks. Don't be in a rush to fail. I agree with that, but it brings up a point. Do you know why I think a guy like Sean Becker is a nobody?
Because they never could leave, which is the California problem.
Yeah.
Is that geography doesn't let you do that in California.
Correct. You're on an island. And like, I'm just thinking about that. I've never really put much to it. A guy like Sean Becker, if he would have been born in Ohio, he probably would have made it to the Outlaw Tour.
Sean Becker.
Dom, look what Dylan Bloomfield's doing right now.
Perfect example.
Yeah.
Crushing it.
Yeah.
Sean Becker and Andy Forsberg, when the ASCS came up and we raced with the California guys, they were the two guys that I did like the holy fuck. I knew these guys were good, but I didn't know they were this good.
Andy Forsberg would have been badass in Jacksonville.
Yeah. Like, to me, those guys are Byron Reed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're going to be...
Craig Mintz.
or Craig Mintz.
Like
they're going to win. Like throughout those guys' careers, if they were Ohio guys, they would have won at least 2 or 3 championships with the All-Stars. They would have had a handful of shots at winning outlaw races. But instead, it is so different racing in California because we only get a handful of races with a national series, and NARC is all we've got. There's nowhere to go.
Jackson, you got the insider scoop there. Tell us stuff we don't know from Hartford.
There's a lot of people here.
Oh yeah, Michigan shows out for sprint cars.
Yeah, there's a lot of people here.
Come here, Jeej.
Yeah,
this is like an Ohio crowd. It's what it feels like.
Yeah, Michigan always, like, if you remember the Butler crowds for High Limit, if they race at I-96, like, Michigan shows out for high-level sprint car.
The Hell Tour.
Your attention, please. Your attention.
The Hell Tour is at Butler, Michigan tonight, too. So they're racing right down the road.
My kid is getting ready to come uncorked right now.
All right, guys, we're going to get back.
My wife left.
Do something, so you guys have fun.
Bye, Jackson.
Yeah, let me know if I suck.
Yeah.
How funny is this?
So
like, could you imagine if this was happening with the MLB? Like the main producer for ESPN's like, "Hey, popping in. What's up, guys? Gotta get back."
So I got a good question here. It's a really good question. I can't answer it quickly. Maybe you guys can come up with quick answers. If you could name one driver team that is doing the most with the least on the national or regional level, who would it be? I always think people don't realize. Fuck! I said it again. I try not to say that, but I always say that.
The garage is still open.
It's okay. She's gonna be back.
I think. If I'm trying to think of someone on the national tours, it's pretty obvious who has money and who doesn't.
I mean, it's, Bill Balog's the obvious name on national tours.
I'll tell you who I think is doing a fucking unbelievable job. Like just through this speed week and stuff.
I feel like
Levi Klatt.
I thought I knew who you're gonna say, but I don't know.
Levi Klatt. I can't think of a night. Like I don't think he had very many good finishes on the speed week, but he had good speed. He was fast almost every single night. He was competitive. Last year he won a NARC race at the Dirt Cup, a preliminary night. Like really, really good job. Good kid. He did good at the High Limit show, and I don't think he did good. He qualified good.
Didn't look at a place.
Yeah. What?
But that's everybody, right? Like guys that show potential, that's what they do at first. They qualify good, and then they fall back in features. Like that's kind of.
I missed that part of my career. I never had that part.
I'm trying to think of a guy. I'm trying to think of a guy that just doesn't get credit. I do think people don't like. It's obvious. I do think people shit on the Conor Morells of the world way too much. Like they're getting like the mental fortitude it takes to get your dick beat into the dirt like that and just keep coming back and not caring and just. I think there's something to be said for that, but I'm trying to think of a guy who doesn't have a lot of equipment and is really overachieving.
A local guy that comes to mind for me is Brandon Spithaler.
That's a great one. That's a fantastic one in my opinion. My thing is I've never been quite comfortable enough on his financial situation. I don't know him well enough. And I get nervous when I see him time trials good.
And I mean, last year he drove that Bears 32 car for a little bit along with his own stuff. And I know that was really helpful for him. But like this year he's back in his own car. And, I know it's just like there's one guy who like helps him out with motors and stuff, but it's like a really small operation, coming out of a small shop there.
Yeah, I think that's a great pick. I think that's an excellent one. GT Kane Shiro, I butchered that, I'm sure. Asked, will Jason Myers fund Jet Barnes to run on a national tour in 2027? Dom, you just raced with him. I was with you. I think we both think he's awesome, but sending him out in 2027 would be a disaster.
Yeah, don't
with
do that.
highlights. With highlights.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he'll win a national race. He'll do that.
Yes.
Yeah. But man, I think that you've got like a Corey Day kind of kid, like very, very special. Get him in a 410 as much as you possibly can, kind of like what they did for Speed Week and Dirt Cup. Build this kid up. I think 2028, you start traveling with him. 27, keep him at home, have him run a shitload of 360 and 410 shows, have him run all the national shit on the West Coast, and ship him off the next year. I think he'll be ready. Not to commit to a series, but ready to race a bunch and beat bop around, take to an IRA show, Power Ice show, High Limit show, Outlaw show, ASCS show. Let him experience all levels of it back there. And I think you've got a no-brainer there. I got to give credit to Kevin Swindell. He spotted that kid quick.
Got a few comments and questions. Jesse James says JJ's big timing us and he doesn't blame us. JJ's actually doing another podcast right now and will be joining us after he does the podcast. Sean Dirt says Klatt has some awesome Hawaiian racing t-shirts too. Dom, you probably have a better idea than me. I have no idea if he's got good merch. You were too busy selling yours out to know. But
the Pacific Northwest loves their weed and loves their Dominic Scelzi.
Yes, they do. But no, I think everybody knows Barnes is incredible. But like I was talking to some of their team at Dirt Cup and kind of getting a feel for it. And I'm like, well, how is he and stuff? And there's like, I think people forget he's still like a 14-year-old kid, and he's actually a 14-year-old kid. Like,
yeah, he's a kid.
And
yeah,
he looks
I don't
like
think people
9. He doesn't even look 14.
Yeah.
He looks.
And
like
when
he's
people
9.
watch it, and when you watch him race, you think he's like 27, but that kid is actually still a kid. Like I think that's a thing I think is underlooked compared to him and other young phenoms. Is I feel like he's actually a kid. Is that fair to say, Dom?
Yeah, I think so. He's pretty funny. He's a good kid. He was so far removed from like when my brother and I were racing micros. He's after all that. So like I've seen, a couple micro videos of him and heard about him a little bit. And like really the first I got to see him was last year in some 360 shit. And I immediately was like, yeah, the kid's talented, very talented. And just seeing him get with a caliber team like Jason Myers deal, I mean, he just immediately picks it up. So that's really exciting. It's cool seeing.
Yeah, like we have no doubt he's going to be next level. We just don't think he's ready to be taking on the best all the time and trying to make a living.
You got a taste of it with what happened with Rico. Like that was just a kid making a mistake.
Thank you, baby.
Yeah. Does Tarleton Knuckles Skinner wants to know, does Tarleton buy Scelzi truck bodies since they're across the freeway from each other?
I would assume. I really haven't seen their equipment. They've got a lot of like box vans, for like scaffolding and shit. But if they have service bodies, you'd have to go out of your way to buy something that wasn't a Scelzi service body here. Like it's pretty cool. So I would say yes, they probably have Scelzi stuff.
DJ Power 3492 says he's waiting on the 90s Sprint History show.
Soon, my friend.
Dom,
soon.
tuck in your boner, Dom.
Yeah,
it actually may not be soon just because of how schedules are lining up. Like,
yeah, well, and the Nationals
get into Kings. Yeah, we're about to get Kings Royal. We're about to get Knoxville. What I can tell you confidently is Dom, Bill, and I will be in the same place. I just don't know how that's all going to line up. Like, we'll be at Knoxville. When you and I were doing those live shows last year on the preliminary nights, it was actually Bill who let me into the suites, and I was actually recording from the suites. Cool thing about our history shows is I mentioned that my dad did not have the second Open Wheel magazine. That was the only one missing from his collection. And then he got an envelope from Bill W., and it was the second World of Outlaws magazine. So thank you to Bill for finishing my dad's collection. He finished my dad's open wheel collection. Didn't say a word. Just an envelope showed up with the second one.
I love this podcast so much for shit like that.
Yeah. Here comes the first heat. This one's a killer. Jackson's talking about the second heat, I think he said, but
Emerson Axum, I mean, can we say he's looked like shit the majority of this year?
I wouldn't say shit, but I feel like everyone thought he would be better. Like I'd say if you picked like if everyone was ranking everyone at the start of the year, I feel like he's underperformed where the public would have ranked him. I think that's fair to say.
I think that is 100% race car because I think he is a fucking grossly talented driver, ridiculously talented driver.
He's openly said that they do not have a crew chief and they've got money just waiting for a good one. They're just waiting for that guy to be out there. My answer to that is you can't wait. You have to go make that happen.
Yeah.
The good crew chiefs when they become. I'll tell you a story about DJ Lindsay here. Is Kofoid is making the move. Kofoid has done his job and gotten to second. Got Williamson. Dean Lindsay was working for Jason Myers, and we were all in North Dakota. And Dean Lindsay decided to. I keep saying Dean Lindsay. DJ Lindsay decided to come off the road. Or he left Myers, or I believe he left Myers. Sam and I probably got the information 3 hours after it happened. We were all in North Dakota. Sam and I talked for like 5 minutes, and we said, well, do you think we should throw like a crazy offer out there to DJ? Because at the time we were like 12th in points. The only way we were going to get him was a crazy offer. So we were like, well, we might as well try. Like, how many times are you going to get a chance at DJ Lindsay? We called. And his wife was like, Sam, thank you for calling, but I'm just going to be honest. We've already gotten 13 calls from other teams, so I'm going to be honest. I don't know that you'll be getting a call back. Like, I don't think you just go and wait for the elite crew chiefs. I think you got to go get them.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
I think if you're sitting back and waiting, have fun with that. Let me know how that goes for you.
Yeah,
but that's also why you say in that article that you have the money and you're just dying to hire a crew chief. How about Jeff Dodge on his way to making this show?
That's my old engine.
That's your old engine? Hell yeah. Mm-hmm. He was also the Indy Lights guy that won the Indy Lights ride from Knoxville.
Mm-hmm. He's a cool guy.
He has a crazy story about that I don't know that I should say, but I'm going to say it anyway. So he was going out for his first practice session at Homestead. This is the shit you get from the Drivers Project podcast. And he's sitting in the car and he's waiting to go out. And then there's this big, long red flag. And he's just sitting there and they're like, dude, it's bad. It's really bad. Well, it turned out Paul Dana had just been killed in practice.
Oh my God.
And, if you don't know the crash, someone spun, another guy drilled the guy. I can't remember if he was the driller or the drilly, but he got a T-bone wide open in an IndyCar, like worst case scenario. And Jeff Dodge, who they're about to interview, and he's about to say, God bless America if we had JJ. Jeff is sitting there waiting to do like his first Indy Lights practice session. And here they come wheeling the wrecked car by, and it's covered up in a tarp. And the tarp like wiggled and a bunch of blood rolled off the tarp, like right in front of Jeff, like right before he had to run his first practice session in an Indy Lights car. And he said that image just like messed with his head completely. The funny story about that practice session is he also told them he didn't need a headrest. And after like 2 laps, he was dead back in the pits for a headrest.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go through some comments here. Yeah, that story's pretty intense from Jeff Dodge, but I feel like it's a pretty
that's a pretty good story. We should get him on to like talk about that entire deal, like getting the ride, the whole thing.
Be a neat deal.
That'd be cool.
Okay. Brian Booze says he loved nerding out to the history shows. Hell yeah. Sean Dirt says the history shows are great. Thanks for doing them. We love doing them. We just wish Bill knew more. We're sick of carrying them.
Yeah, it's hard to carry Bill like that, but we appreciate it.
Gasm of the week goes to Chaz, flipping his street stock first lap, first turn. No idea. Don't think Dom has a clue either. Dom, legit question. How does Clovis produce so many good drivers with no track?
There's a lot of moms with big old racks out here. So you get the kids strong when they're young and grows them up to be strong young men.
Is there an outlaw kart track in the area? Like, is that a
possible explanation? To me, it's all micro sprints. Like, I don't know what it's like now because I haven't been to a race in forever. But like when we were growing up, like my brother and I were growing up, you had so many incredibly talented guys racing micro sprints. Like we grew up with the Macedo boys, the Facino boys, a guy named Ryan Reeves, Stan Yockey, Jason Rogers, Tommy Tarleton would come race with us all the time. Who else was like a hitter? Heath Dunkerkin, Dylan Black.
Oh, he used to be a stud.
Yeah, Heath Dunkerkin.
I remember him showing up in Tulsa the year I was there, and I was like, holy shit, look at this operation.
Yeah. And like, when we were running supers, you would get 30 some cars and there was like 15 of them that could win. And it was a fucking dogfight. Everyone had the same engines, the same shocks, the same cars. It was basically just whoever did a better job that night. And it really taught you how to race. I mean, we would go to Lemoore was bigger than what it is now. I would say it would be a big 5th mile, small quarter. And it was slicker than fuck, and it would get super wide, no cushion, just grip around the very top, slick around the bottom, and you'd race all over the racetrack. And so it really taught you, throttle control, and you'd have to get your wing back, and you'd have to you had to race, more, not big track, but like you had to race different than what you would when you'd go to Visalia, and Visalia was like a mini Tulare. Long straightaways, tight corners, and you'd bang the fence for 30 laps of the feature. So it just really created a lot of good guys, and kids like Corey Day, Mitchell Moles. If they came out of California, either they came out of Visalia and Lemoore or they came out of Cycleland.
Here comes Heat 2. Is Danny Sam's going to pull off the win in Michigan? He's looking like he wants it pretty bad.
Uh-oh, that's the high limit bias right there. They're going to send him back, aren't they?
Oh.
Sure.
Oh. I don't like that one. He better not lose a row for this.
He lost a row.
Bad call.
JJ,
Bad
as soon as we get done this heat, you've got some answering to do. Let's have a look at this.
You guys are ahead of me.
I don't like that at all.
I don't like that call either. I don't like that call at all.
That was terrible.
Yeah, you just timed to start right.
You heard it here first. Steve Thornton of Master Gassers is calling the World of Outlaws out for corruption. You heard it here first.
Yep, I'm a high limit homer. That's what they say.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Man, they both hit the gas at the same time.
Oh, we got some shit happening here.
You guys are ahead of me, I think.
Yeah. JJ, after the heat, you got some explaining
from 24th to 3rd.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, there's a lot going on here.
Dude, you guys are way ahead of me. I got to figure this out.
JJ, you've been here before, right?
Where are we? No, I haven't.
Hartford.
Nope. Holy cow, it looks wider than hell, though.
It used to be massive. Like that backstretch there is the old backstretch. And see how it's cut off there? I think 3 and 4 used to go. I haven't been there, but I remember that backstretch being like that. And I think it went 3 and 4 was way further away.
Yeah, I think you're right.
That's my memory of it anyway. Yeah, I think old Danny Sams has got a legit bitch when he gets back to the pits here.
Well, I'll tell you what, the 1S looks really fucking good.
Complaining doesn't help.
No, but also what do? You got to also tell him you got screwed and you know it. But yes, it gets you nowhere. That's the problem with complaining and racing to officials. It never fixes anything. Schuhart looks awesome.
Yeah, he looks really good.
And Baylog would have definitely raced here, but he'd have raced here on the big track with like IRA. I'm sure would have come here.
So that's why I remember it, because I feel like there was a fantastic all-star race here with Macedo and Reitzel.
Oh, there probably was. That they'd have run Hartford if that was an all-star deal. Yeah, Oaks is on here saying it used to be a 5/8 mile. Yeah, I think if you look there, that was like where 3 and 4 used to be and all that. But I might be on total crack. Used to be a massive track. Sam could tell you he's raced there. He'll be on later.
It looks so wide in 1 and 2. It's crazy.
Yeah. JJ, the world wants to know, why didn't you bless America after your Knoxville win?
Dude, I failed. That's my biggest. I dropped the ball. God bless America on the Eagle. Like, it was right there. I didn't even think about it. I was trying to think of all my sponsors, and I just dropped the ball, Daryl. I didn't even.
You also said you were pretty locked in because you knew you were on the pole of the 410 feature.
Well,
so
I was way less happy than I should be because I knew I was on the pole and I knew I shouldn't be on the pole. Like, I'd qualified 16th. I got first to second, and everybody's like, "You gonna double up?" I'm like, "I'd be happy to run top 5." Like, it was like I wasn't super confident.
Okay, JJ, do the interview. We need you to do the interview here with Spencer Baston when it comes up.
Too far behind you. I'm gonna have to get on. Oh, geez.
When Spencer Baston gets up there, we need your interview.
Look at that hair. Look at that flow he's got going.
You don't understand. I usually watch the race on the iPad that I'm streaming on right now, so I got to get my Fire Stick's like 3 minutes behind you guys.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, the fact that Spencer Baston is not a finance bro is a wasted opportunity. He's beautiful.
I know.
He's fucking
Look
gorgeous.
at him right now. He literally looks like the dude from American Psycho right now.
Yeah, he does.
Mm-hmm.
Patrick Bateman. Yeah.
Yeah, he's the prettiest guy in sprint car racing by a mile.
Dante Constable asked, is there any smoke with Gravel going high limit next year? I feel like every year David Gravel should threaten to go high limit and see what the Outlaws will do for him.
Yeah, I agree.
Brian Booze 2450 says bullshit call. We agree. Especially Steve Thornton of Master Gassers, who just blatantly said that the World of Outlaws are massively corrupt. Let's get that on record. Cane Toad Sprint Cars. Cane Toad Sprint Cars says, congrats, JJ. Is JJ running a 410 at the Nationals? Give us these answers, JJ.
Running a 410 at the Nationals? Yeah. I'm not going to race there and take the Nationals off. That's crazy. And thank you.
Hey, I don't want to be an asshole. Great job on the 360 win, but you were doing great in the 410, and then in the highlights, it cuts from you running like 3rd to like 8th.
He faded hard. Hard late.
Dude, faded. Was like I was tight on the bottom, and I was personally overheated.
Okay.
But I don't know how many spots I actually lost because I was bitching out. But dude, I got to where I was so tight on the bottom, I couldn't keep the thing down, and it was like all good guys. Like I said, it was funny to like man, sure took that guy a long time to pass me. Like there was some pretty good cars that like we still finished. Like when I started, I was all bummed out after the race, and Moro's like, man, if you look at this, like what guys do you think we were really going to beat? I'm like, okay, well, he has a good attitude.
Well, you are 3rd in points, JJ, so I want you
to and it was a 3rd in points type of run. Like we finished behind Tim's and Austin, and then a bunch of really good guys. But yeah, I thought that we were probably like a 6th place car, and I probably gave 2 away by just being too hot. Which is shameful.
1982 says, what the fuck? That was a bad call. We agree, especially Steve Thornton from Master Gassers, who says that the World of Outlaws are corrupt as hell and something needs to be done about it. Oaks XCX, one of our OGs, says Hartford used to be a 5/8 mile. It was the 4th too. And then he says sick flow for Baston. JJ, do you have any plans to come to Jacksonville this year?
Jacksonville?
Jacksonville.
Dude, you're cutting out bad. Is that me?
I have no idea. It could easily be me.
We'll leave them both outside, David.
Now we've added
Sam will
another
tell
one.
you. Sam will let you know if it's you.
What's up?
But did you
Krizza-
say Jackson? Bill.
Jacksonville.
18 car runs away with this one, I think.
I would
Who?
like to.
The 18 car?
The whole
Jesus.
race or just the heat race?
No, the heat race.
Oh. Man, that's
Sam,
Uh-oh, Dom's
a
eating.
nice pick you had there.
Sam,
Dig.
we were talking to these guys. We are all saying Hartford used to be bigger. You actually raced on the big half mile. How have they shortened this track? Like, what way did they do it? Or you raced on the
Honestly,
5/8s?
like, this is the one I raced on here.
No, you raced on the bigger one.
Yeah, okay. Well, if you look on the back there, you can see it looks like 1 and 2 is the same, but 3 and 4 is where they brought it in.
Yeah.
You can
Exactly.
because you can see outside the track there where it used to be.
That was a pretty good move by Ricky Peterson to get up in there.
That's
Hey,
It's the
Yeah.
nose wing. The nose wing is adding extra horsepower to that car.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Master
see
Gasser
it.
sticker on the nose wing.
Which car? Peterson's car?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
He's
it's
about
not
to-
way shorter either. Like I mean, obviously you can see where it used to be, but it's not way shorter. It still carries a lot of speed.
Sam,
Was
What's
did
that
these
the
guys come?
surface like there, Sam?
What's that?
What's the surface like? It looks really sandy.
It's just dirty. Like I-96 is the same way. It's almost identical dirt. If they get it, I kind of wish they wouldn't keep working it and just kind of get it, kind of roll that stuff in tight. I think it would, because that place will race really. I think dirty places race really good when they get them wide. Like Ohio is a prime example of that. You know, they just race really good when you get them wide like that. And I think this place has the ability to do that at some point.
Dom, how did you guess that 18 winning? That was impressive there.
Telepathy.
Oaks says Dom's video's been frozen forever. I agree. It has been frozen forever, but Dom, I know you well enough. Don't touch any of your settings. We can still hear you.
Okay. Then just leave it alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody's cleared up now except for Daryl's still weird looking.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, that's pretty normal for him.
Yeah.
Well, like you're pixelated and like laggy. Where Steve was that way in the
No,
beginning.
dude, that's his normal look.
Let's go. Now that we got some downtime, let's go through some of the mailbag.
And people put
Okay.
some questions on my post too.
I didn't see those, JJ. James Gardner
I'll
asks,
look.
and this is a great question for you guys. James Gardner asks, when guys talk about having a good 410 engine package, what are the things that make it good? Is it a flat torque curve or horsepower in a specific RPM range? At 900 plus horsepower, when guys take power out for the slick, how much power are they pulling, and how different would it be from a 360 in the same field?
I mean, I would say, go ahead, JJ.
Well, I'd be curious what you'd say, but I've never actually taken power away from a 360 at all to race. But with the 410 stuff, I feel like guys are definitely, I don't know. I would say what makes it good is just, the torque. It's a whole combination of everything, but the lap times is that's what I always tell my guys. But I would say it's a whole combination of shit right now that's making them really good. But I don't know. I've only taken power away from the 410.
Yeah,
Sam,
I mean, I would say, like, I don't think the motors with the most horsepower are what's winning races right now. I mean, from everything, and we ran 360s for so long and then came back to the 410 deal. So it was kind of extremely different when we came back. And it wasn't like, they were making way more horsepower than they were before. But as technology has changed and everybody's we're getting better valve train, bigger cams, just all the stuff that we're doing now. We're making more power clearly, but there hasn't been that major boost in the last 5 years. I think what really the great engine builders are, I think they're able to have the motors soft enough to drive, but also have the top end to accelerate on past the flag stand and stay in the tires. I feel like every good car that we ever see, they're locked down in the tires and making a lot of speed. And everybody, that should be simple. Well, that's the hard part, and that's why the good teams are so good. Is whether the adjustments they're making to maybe kill power here and there, things like that. I think generally, that's the things that really, basically distinguish the good cars from the bad cars is the guys that are getting their power down to the ground. And it's not just an easy game. It's making an adjustment on a race car. I think it's an overall package. I think the motor, like I heard Brian Brown tell me years ago before he got on the Garrett's, and just getting onto the Garrett engine was, oh man, it doesn't mean, oh man, it's making all this power. It was more like, he's like, Sam, I got a race car I can drive now just by putting that motor in the race car. And that kind of spoke volumes to me. At that time we were running 410s mostly, so we were pretty comfortable in the 410 deal. We've been working on our program with Charlie Fisher for a while, and we thought our stuff was pretty good. But he wasn't running. I don't even know who he had at the time, but he just told me, he goes, switching to those Garrett's put us in the ball game. And they didn't really change a lot on the race car. And if you'll notice, when he switched to Garrett's in the next few years, they became a pretty big time contender, on the whenever anybody came to Knoxville, they were the car to beat. So I think the only guy that really ever beat him consistently was Schatz.
Now, a lot of people, I think they're just picturing like spinning tires, but one complaint I know you had, Sam, with the overpowered engines, maybe that's not the right term, is like at Knoxville, sometimes you had motors that you'd get to the end of the straightaway, and I think JJ and Dom would agree with this, and they would keep running into the corner, and you didn't want them to do that at all. Is that another thing that...
The power band definitely has to be in the right spot. Like the thing needs to pull up out of the corner and not... I mean, pulling at the end of the straightaway is great, but it definitely, there's a balance to it all that makes it so these guys, like, I think the word that Sam said that was like the best is just, it needs to be soft enough to stay in the tires, but still good enough to run hard, good enough.
Yeah. And I think that's a hard thing to build for most guys. Yeah. Because if a guy could build that, well, everybody would be building that, and I think I think it's one of those things where like, oh, well, why doesn't this guy just run the same cam this guy does? Well, I mean, that's probably, and the other thing now, a lot of guys are pretty comparable, but the elites are still separated from the non-elites because, so they've been able to keep their stuff, kind of in shop, and not a lot of their information's getting out, and on the 360 side, just to hit on that, I mean, I would say we've tried to detune in some circumstances, because I don't, if anybody has a Charlie Fisher 360 and they ran some super, super slick places, would know that probably we need to do something at some times. And we've tried it. We haven't had a lot of success with it, but I still think they're kind of in that range where, we can control that very easily with the throttle. Whereas the 410, on the other hand, that's, I don't care who you are. If the motor doesn't pedal good with the 410, like if you took a David Gravel, for instance, and you put a motor in his car that made the same power that his motor makes, but didn't pedal, they would be a 10th place car instead of a first place car. I think that's how detrimental it would be to their team.
Got some questions here.
Excuse me for a second.
Someone said, do you guys like a smooth surface or a surface with a rough corner? First of all, I think let's give Dom this question. Dom, do you like a smooth surface or a rough corner?
Am I still frozen?
No,
you're still frozen, but we can hear you. Every now and then your face changes.
I'm glad you can see me, JJ. Yeah, I'm not a fan of potholes. It should look like a ice rink from the bottom to the fence. That's what a racetrack should look like.
A little bit of left rear moisture and like a little bit of a curb on the fence and like dead equal the whole time.
Yes, absolutely. That's the pristine. I will say I'll take it if it's wet and there's grip on the bottom, grip on the top. But to me, the best sprint car races that I've ever seen, it's slicker than fuck and it's as wide as the racetrack allows it to be. That's when I feel it's the best. And I think that the best drivers can make the best shit happen.
The guy also followed up with a question I think I know all your answers to, which is, if there was a hole, would you rather it be in turns 1 and 2 or 3 and 4? I think I can speak for all of you when you say you don't give a shit. You just don't want it there.
4. 3 and 4.
Oh, why 3 and 4?
Because you've got wing speed.
Okay. More than you do in 1 and 2?
Yeah, because at Knoxville, like you go into 1 and 2 and you're just up and out of the track, and if you hit a hole, you're going to be it's going to be a disaster. Like, and not just Knoxville, but a lot of places. Like, if you go into 1 and 2, you're not like crushed yet, And I'd rather go through it like full crush, trying to keep it clamped down, and like kind of already up out of it. I just think 1 and 2 is such a disaster when it's smooth that we don't need to add. Like, the starts are the toughest part, in my opinion.
That's fair.
At Skagit, I would prefer it being 1 and 2 because the start corner's 3 and 4. You know what I mean? It's a fucked up, like either way there, you just don't want holes because you start in both corners.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Sam, Nisak 5 wants to know, how do you think the Outlaws will race at Belleville High Banks?
I was curious of that myself. The place has the potential, and I don't know how. I can't figure it out. It has the potential to get really, really wide. And even and it stays kind of dirty across. Like, it doesn't get a lot of black, but it stays dirty across. I just feel like with those guys, with their tires, it's not going to take them long to lay rubber. So I think that's something they really got to pay attention to. But I do think, I think the race would be good. Because, like, if you've ever seen some of those races where Eldora gets really wide and you got a guy coming on the bottom and a guy coming on the top, I think you might have something similar to that. Based upon the way we raced there and the way I felt like the track could race, I felt like if you had some guys, I felt like our car was just on another level from everybody else's, but I feel like if we had guys that were on the same level we were, I think it would have been a hell of a race both nights, just because you could, when you got the traffic, there was multiple grooves to race. And I think a lot of people think, oh, it'd just be single file, but I really don't think it will be. I don't think it's going to be single file. I think if they do the same job on the track that they did when we were there, I think that it's going to be a good race. I really do. I don't know. There's a lot of things about Belleville that, that's obvious reasons why a lot of guys don't race there anymore. It's so fast. It's a scary place. I mean, I'm not afraid to say that. Most guys don't want to race there. I mean, there's a reason we had 20 cars. It's a super fast place, and that's 360s. We're quite a bit. They're going to be a second faster than we are. So, I think a lot of guys, like, it's like when we went to Bristol. Everybody was kind of excited to go back the first time. And then the second time, everybody said, fuck that. That was stupid. And then, you had 18 cars the next time. So I really think, like, even Carlton called me after Bristol, because it's the same scenario. He goes, well, Sam, what did you think? And I probably shouldn't say this, but I'm going to say it anyway.
We've done this a few times before you came on.
I said, man, the place was cool. I loved the experience because I'd never done it before. I'd seen it. And I told him, I said, I don't think our cars belong on that racetrack. I don't think we're ready for that. Like, if there's a catastrophic hit where somebody breaks something going into a turn, you're a goner. Like, and it's just being honest. Like, it's the place is too abrupt in the changing of the corner and the speed of the place. And he goes, Sam, I wish somebody would have had a part malfunction, but didn't get hurt or anything, just had something break that like could have alarmed us and say, hey, we probably shouldn't be doing this. Right. And from a better looking standpoint, when you put outlaw race cars on a track like that, those guys come prepared about as good as anybody's going to come prepared. So that is the bonus point of having the Outlaws go to tracks like that, is you don't have to worry about their equipment breaking because most of them are on the up and up. I mean, part malfunctions happen, but that's the other good side about having the Outlaws go there. If a track's an exclamation mark for some series, the Outlaws are the perfect series to go there. I think the Outlaws have better equipment, take care of their equipment better, are better suited to go to better places than any series in the country, and that includes High Limit.
So to review, Master Gassers says the World of Outlaws are incredibly corrupt, and Sam says the Outlaws kill High Limit. That's what we can take out of this.
Who says they're corrupt?
Okay.
You won't be able to use them anymore.
There was a start earlier that 100% should have been called on Danny Sams, and they called it back on him. So now I'm trying to bury Steve and say that he's saying the Outlaws are corrupt.
I don't think either series is corrupt. I think you can view
Master
it.
Gasser says they're incredibly corrupt.
Did you see the Danny Sams start tonight?
I didn't see it. I was busy, but
I don't think
either.
That's because he's a company man, JJ. He's a company man because ASCS is owned by World Racing Group.
No. I've already made my point clear. About ASCS is that we're the series that never races. But no, I wouldn't say it. But I don't think either series is corrupt. I think there's decisions that have been made on both sides that make both series seem corrupt sometimes. But no, I don't see it at all. I think it's
Master
honestly.
Gassers, if there's one takeaway from Master Gassers today, it's that he thinks they're corrupt as hell.
I haven't
even
just
said
a word.
That's exactly what he said.
I'll be right back.
Yeah. Okay, comments. I love this question, and I'm not. Should Hoosier be like Goodyear and control all tires on the national tour so teams don't try to mess with them? I actually don't like this question. I read it wrong.
What? Don't they already do that, basically?
Yeah, they already do.
Yeah, they do. That's why I don't like
Hoosier,
the question. Basically,
Hoosier is our daddy.
Yeah, Hoosier is their daddy. Basically, if you don't know, there's a big giant Hoosier truck that basically all the Outlaw teams live off of, and all the High Limit teams live off of. So they pretty much do have control of them all the time.
And it's
when teams get to go to their shops and stuff, yeah. When teams go to their shops and stuff, yeah, the elite teams definitely load up on tires, but I mean, they already do have pretty strong control.
I don't know that people
Crizzo
actually know. It's $400 per rear tire, though, dude. That's insane. I went through 5 of those bad boys one night at a race just the other night.
Yeah. Crizzo 1982 says, surprise, surprise, gravel pulls a high number, which just goes right along with what Master Gassers is saying. There's just total corruption there.
He knows what the 2-pill feels like, and he's grabbing that one. Seen it on the ASCS.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, I wonder if any of these pills have like a chip in it that you can feel.
They're frozen, dude. They're frozen.
This happened on the ASCS tour. Genuinely happened. Like, there was one of the chips was like strategically picked off of, and then like same dude would just draw the same chip every night and started on the front row like 3 or 4 nights in a row until somebody else called him out on it. It was awesome. And then he said he says you're cheating, and said feller says, "Is it cheating or is it gamesmanship?" And I'm like, "Oh, mad respect."
Brian Booz 2450.
That's
I have a different one. We had one at Oshweekend where I won't name names. The guy doesn't race anymore, but basically there was a guy who wasn't even showing up to the draw, and his friend was running the draw, and magically he was ending up on the front row of his heats every night. It wasn't in a 360. I'll drop that much. It was someone else in another class.
I thought about buying the Knoxville Drawing Lady flowers just because it's digital, and if she doesn't like you, it feels like 70. Bummer. Good luck.
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy her flowers.
Brian Booz 2450 is the same reason. Is that the same reason banking was taken out of Eldora? Do racers feel it's racier and safer now than it was? So for people that don't know, Eldora used to be a compound banking. Tony eliminated. I think I have this right. Tony eliminated the compound banking when he bought the track. The way the track raced when there was so like it's flat, and then so it goes like flat and then a ton of banking, or like flatter and then a ton of banking. The way the track raced when it
like the opposite of a progressive banking.
Yes. So the way Eldora raced when it was like that was you got your traditional on the fence Eldora, half a foot off the wall. That's the way it raced then, but you couldn't really pass. Like your way to pass, the track was fairly easy for drivers to drive. So like the way you passed was basically a guy had to screw up, you got to run, and then it turned into a slider. There wasn't a lot of just like straight up driving by a guy though. The way I understand it, and this is not direct knowledge, Tony, when he bought the track, made it standard banking, or whatever word you just used, JJ. I can't remember, but it was the right word.
Progressive.
And he did that because he felt like there wasn't a bottom at Eldora, and he wanted better racing. So that is why, the way I understand it from talking to friends of Tony, that's why he changed the banking. I feel like he got what he wanted. I feel like 99% of fans like it better. I'd honestly hate it. I loved when everyone just had to run the friggin' fence. That's, to me, what made Eldora phenomenal, but I realize I'm in the minority. I've told this story. I wish Sam was here to back it up. There was one night him and I ran Eldora, and Sam ran 10th. Started 10th, finished 10th. And it was the old progressive. No, it might not have been the progressive banking, but it raced the same way Eldora used to, where everyone was just on the fence. And we had to drive to Lernerville the next night. And Sam was the only one with a CDL. It was just me and him. And we were driving to Lernerville. And he literally like pulled the truck over, and I'm like, hey, what's going on? And he's just like, dude, I just need like 10 minutes. My brain is fried from staring at my right front, because they were right on the fence, and they were basically staring at his right front for 30 laps, basically trying to run it right on the wall at Eldora. And like I say, to start 10th and finish 10th. And I just remember his brain being like fried from that. I wish he was here to comment on it. But we literally had a 6.5 hour drive, and he pulled over for like 10-15 minutes just to like let his brain reset. And I kind of thought Eldora was badass when it was like that. And now he's walked back in. Sam, I was just telling them, do you remember they were asking a question about the banking at Eldora, and I was telling them about the one night when we ran like 10th at Eldora, and we were driving to Lernerville, and you just basically had to take like 10 minutes just to like get your head back, for lack of a better word.
Daryl's calling you a pussy on the air, bro.
No, I'm not.
Oh, I don't. I mean, what do we? I mean, get my head back. What was wrong with my head?
You basically said you said your brain. You said your brain was fried from staring at your right front for 30 laps. Like you basically went green to checker for 30 laps at Eldora.
Well, I think like, so when you run the wall there, it's so dusty. It's sometimes hard to see. I don't know if you've ever had that problem, JJ.
Yes, for
but
sure.
I feel like it's super hard to see. And like, I'm a guy, like, I like to see really good. Like, I feel like if if a track's got really good lighting and I can see exactly where I'm racing at, I drive way better. And I feel like Eldora is harder for me because I can't see that edge, right? Like it's so dusty, it's hazy. And then, I think guys like Hod and, Sheldon, Jack, like those guys, like they race by feel. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because I feel like I have really good vision and I can't see it that good. So I think a lot of guys can't see it that good. And maybe guys can see it better than I do. I don't know. But I think that's a big detriment for me, is like trying to run that properly is super hard for me. And maybe for other guys, it's a little easier, but it's super hard for me because I can't see it. Like, I feel like if I could see it, I'd do way better. And I think that's kind of what I feel like anytime we've had runs where we weren't good at Eldora, that's why. Like there's been, man, there used to be tons of nights, like right when Tony kind of took it over and they were trying to work on the new surface. And I just remember it being super dusty all the time. And then like he got to a point where he got that cleaned up. But yeah, I mean, that was, I would say that's why like your brain would be fried, because I feel like the concentration you would have to hit that lap after lap after lap. Because I think at those times it was right on the fence every night. Like we've kind of gotten away from some of those times. I mean, it still happens, but it seems like now they've gotten a better job of getting the bottom usable, the middle usable. Back then, that wasn't the case. Like it was, okay, you've got to run the fence at Eldora. That's just what you do every night.
Dom, I know you can relate to this because you and we were at Dirt Cup together, and you ripped from like 23rd to 6th, and basically the thing that kept you going for more was it not? You couldn't see?
Yeah, it was so hard to see, especially off of turn 4. Like when you're behind guys and it's silty, like funny enough, I think Skagit's surface now is similar to how Eldora is, where it just gets really silty. And the farther back you are, it's just really hard to see. Like every little bit you go back in the lineup, it's harder to see. And like, so when you get clean air or clean track, like you can fucking rip it. But then when you're behind guys or you're in dirty air, like it really is a dust cloud. Like it's hard to see where that line is. And if you're getting to the fence too straight, you're plugging your right front. If you're getting into it too turned, it's turning you away from the curb. So you've got to hit it in this little sweet spot. And I don't have very good eyesight. So for me, dark tracks have been a struggle. Wet tracks are a struggle. Fucking anything that's not slowed down and slick to a predominant color change is hard for me to see where I need to be.
So I have a question just on what, like, Sam, how much did you struggle, or like both of you guys, when you went to like Ohio and had to race at like Attica or Atomic or any of those places where you just can't see a car length in front of you? Because that was the crazy part about going to Ohio, was just racing blind 50% of the time. Was insane.
Attica to me was a lot simpler because the top of 3 and 4 was pretty pronounced. I felt like 1 and 2 was more difficult because like it's hard to, like if you haven't run it much, it's hard to tell like where the top of 2 is, But I mean, you can ask Daryl. Like we hauled ass at Attica back in the day. Like
really good in Ohio.
Probably
Lima Land, another dusty track. Lima Land, another dusty one.
I think it's like I think Atomic was tough for me because of the wall deal, right? Like you can't see the wall. Like so, like in 3 and 4, I think that's what made Atomic hard for me, is because like when it is that dusty, you can't see the wall. And you know how those tracks are. Like you don't have a super amount of grip. Even when the track's fast on the wall, you don't have a super amount. So like if you don't have control and you can't see, but that's what, like, I think people don't realize. That's what makes the guys that are super, super good. That's what makes them so good. Like, I don't feel like those guys get enough credit for how good they are. And not just in those conditions, but those conditions really bring out the best in about any driver. I think it's, it's the difference between guys that are elite and guys that aren't elite.
Yeah. So when I first went to Ohio in 2016, dude, I fucking sucked. I struggled so bad. And what I figured out, like the couple years of racing a little bit around there, was like I just couldn't follow a guy. And that really helped me a bunch to where, like, yeah, it'd be sandy and hard to see, but like if guys are ripping the top, I could peel off and run the bottom or the middle. And then I started to figure out, okay, just don't follow people around and you can see a little bit better. I actually really enjoyed racing in Ohio and did well there later on. Not really at Eldora, but like, we had good runs.
Yeah, you shit your pants at Eldora.
I shit my pants at Eldora. I loved Wayne County, Waynesfield. Even Atomic. Like Atomic really scared the fuck out of me the first time I went there because it was dusty and you had the wall and the banking and it was really fast. But then, like later on, like we went back there later and I'm like, oh, actually, like I kind of like this. You can, once you kind of understand that you don't have to be behind a guy, and if your car is good enough to where you can search around the racetrack, then it wasn't so bad because I could get into the places where I could see. And I think even now there's a lot of times where I'm searching more than maybe the other guy because I just don't like following. So the dust is hard to follow in Ohio, but I think once you learn that you can kind of get out from behind the guy and you get your own lane, it is a little bit easier to see.
Yeah, I think Ohio questions, and I feel like Master Gassers is getting left out. So ask him some numbers questions, people. But go with what you were saying, Sam.
I think Ohio, like, it's so important to get your car good there. Like, I think a guy that can't see and gets his car good, it doesn't even matter. Like, you'll see those guys just take off all the time.
Yeah.
But I think vision's huge. Like, if maybe that's another thing, like, and maybe I'm wrong, but like maybe that's another, I always said like Larson's everything's so slowed down for him. Maybe the other thing is that his vision's just super, super good and can see that stuff better. And I don't know, like, I don't know what guys can see or can't see. I remember one time Wayne Johnson told me like he got glasses for the first time at some point. I don't know, it was maybe in his 40s or something. And we were at East Bay and he told me, he goes, man, I put those glasses on, Sam. And he goes, everything was so clear to me. He goes, and I could just see everything. And I'd never been able to see that good before. He goes, dude, I was seeing so good. I was running over people. Like, and I go, well, yeah, it didn't make sense to me because I'd never been in that predicament, but I don't know, like, okay, do I go get glasses and make my vision a little bit better, or maybe it's good? And I don't know, like, how much better it could be, right? And I don't know how much that changes things.
We actually had a guy ask before you said that, do you think Larson has good vision and that's why he tends to press the fence?
Oh, I wouldn't doubt it. I would imagine his vision's super good. Like, and it's probably not anything like standing here looking at something. Like, there's probably I don't know much about. I'm not an optometrist or anything like that, but I would assume with speed, your vision changes, and I would assume he's got to have some type of eagle eye. Those guys that race the way he races have got to have superior vision. I would think.
There's this guy, Dustin Selvage, and he says, the only reason I'm here is for live color commentary on the Super Troopers class. Get on with it, please. Dustin, I would like to tell you that we will get on that color commentary as soon as you fix your car from getting destroyed last weekend. Tell me you guys saw that on Twitter.
No,
I missed it.
Mr. Selvage was a little upset with a Phillips brother. Wasn't really the happiest, and basically said it on Twitter and announced to the world that he's going to destroy his shit, which was a little out of character for Mr. Selvage. Usually he's pretty calm, but I don't think he was too thrilled last week at Knoxville.
Goose Fraba.
Dom, someone said, and I skipped it here, and I meant to ask it. Will you be running for Larry Stuffelbeam 8485 wants to know if you'll be running for Nationals Queen this year?
I feel like I'd be a shoe-in, but I'm going to go ahead and refrain from entering yet again. I just don't feel like it's the right time.
Dustin says it's fixed. So, okay, Dustin, here you go. They're down the front straightaway, side by side. It's still not as good as Canadian Thunder stocks, which are clearly the best, as I showed everybody on Facebook.
That was good racing, I will say.
Those guys are awesome at Oshweekend.
Is it just the roll package that makes them so equal, or what?
Those two. So the one guy, his name is Dave.
The Thunder
Dave
Stocks,
Bailey.
is that what they're called?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So there's this guy, Dave Bailey, and he dominated our class. Well, he spent years working in NASCAR. So he's really, really technically good, and he was dominating forever. Well, then you had this Ryan Beagle guy come along, and
big
he
dog.
owns an automotive, the big dog, ruff, ruff, ruff. And he owns a automotive shop, so he's really good technically on the cars too. And basically, those two have gone to war for like the last.
Who was the
5
third
years.
guy that got in the mix, Daryl?
The third guy was a guy from out of town coming in trying to collect the $6,000 bounty that was on Beagle and Bailey because they hadn't lost all year. And if you saw my live updates, it was 3 wide on the last lap going down the backstretch for all the marbles.
So Bailey won, right?
Bailey won with the last corner, last lap pass.
On Beagle?
On the guy from the guy that had traveled had the lead. Bailey got him. Beagle tried a desperate dive at the end, couldn't finish it. Bailey got him. So yes, go to my Facebook if you'd like all the highlights of the greatest Thunderstock race in history. The other greatest Thunderstock, the other Thunderstock race that Sam and I saw that was the greatest in history. He might have forgot it, but I feel like he'll remember it once I say it. Is 1 year. Yes. 1 year, Sam won the ASCS race, and they didn't let us get in the infield. Yes, Sam got to hang out with the bear, and they didn't let us get into the infield because of the victory lane thing. And we're like, oh, god damn, we got to watch this friggin' stock car race. Sam, I'm not exaggerating. They were 3 wide for the lead. The one guy all race. The one guy spun. The other two stayed side by side for the lead the whole time. And the guy who spun came back from last and made a 3 wide pass on the last lap to win the race. So they are also badass Thunderstocks.
And the whole field was like that. It wasn't like just those 3 guys. The whole field was like, looked like they were racing Daytona the whole time.
Yes.
Was it because it was rubber from the top to the bottom there?
Yeah, mostly that's why.
And because the spots where there wasn't rubber had bear drool.
Yes. Yeah.
And marshmallows.
I feel like it was very undersold how drugged up the bear was and how much he was drooling on everything when he wasn't eating Snickers.
Adam the bear.
It was
Adam the bear, Adam the grizzly.
I'm not sure if he's still with us.
I doubt it.
I heard he got into it.
I think he was late in his years. The last year we had that race there.
Before the last race I went to Gallatin, Adam the bear had mauled somebody like 3 weeks prior too.
Oh, nice.
But he was still there, still at the track.
Well, that must be why that must be the reason they had him drugged up. That's why they had him drugged up, because he mauled somebody before. Hey, Matt Covington. Matt Covington let him eat it out of his mouth.
Insane. That's very dude. Matt Covington is the Theo Vaughn of sprint car racing. Like, if you talk to him, it reminds me of Theo Vaughn so much, dude. Oh, he cracks me up.
So, Steve, as the only sponsor of a car in the A-Main field, how do we think Ricky Peterson's going to do tonight?
Yeah. I don't think he has any laps here, but honestly, like his biggest problem this year is qualifying. Like, they have been struggling. Like, when they went down to Texas with the Outlaws and like struggled in qualifying. And then I think the one night, when that tragedy happened at Kennedale, he actually timed in well and was about to start 8th or 9th in the A-Main. But then that never happened. But like they race a lot better. I think one of the Ohio Speed Week shows at Wayne County, he went like 18th to 6th or something like that. So he's got some decent speed this year.
I've seen him do some awesome stuff at Wayne County. He's good there.
Yeah, he loves Wayne County. He also flipped it in time trials the last time he was there. So
I blame the front wing for that crash.
That's Ohio.
Well, I think it might have been on the top wing, so that's why it's on the front wing now. It got smashed from the top wing.
Damn it. Michael Mooney wants to know: are all of you coming to the Harvey Ostermuller Memorial at Big Sky Speedway?
Yeah, I have to go.
Matt or Sam will be there. No, I won't be there.
I assume.
I think they said Tim's is probably going back because I think they've got some connection with that place. But I don't know if a lot of other guys
own that track.
Yes. Yeah.
Isn't there a Knoxville race that week?
Yeah, I don't know. Last year they were able to do it, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, last year he drove for Huset's. He didn't get to Knoxville.
Yeah, but he's probably going to have such a big points lead by that happens. It's not going to matter. He can miss one.
Well, he's going to Eldora too, but he will be
unless JJ has something to say about that.
What do they have? What is they said something about points they were going to give to people that weekend that the Kings Royal is. What's the deal on that?
I don't think they're doing anything like that. As far as I know, if you don't show up, you don't get no points.
JJ, where are you at in points?
Third, right?
Third.
But nowhere near Tim's. Like Tim's
so
is a
Tim's
mile
is not going to be at the Kings Royal. Is Brian Brown going to be there?
Yeah.
He will probably go to Eldora, I would imagine, because he's not really points, He's not.
I've never seen him miss Eldora.
It's a crime that Tim's isn't going to be at Eldora then. If
Tim's is going to be at Eldora.
He's going. He's going.
So
yeah.
He's
far enough ahead where when he gets back,
he's 300 points ahead. Like he can afford to miss one.
Yeah.
But he can't do that and the Harvey probably.
Probably not, but if he keeps winning all the time, maybe. Like
well then beat him, JJ.
Dude, I really do.
Yeah, he's not even that good. He's only won the Nationals. He's not that good.
Know.
You guys won one outlaw show and you're fucking shaking in your boots. Come on.
Sam,
it's like hoping to get one.
Sam, JJ and I were talking like an hour before we did this. You raced Tim's in a heat this year at Knoxville, and you were blown away by him. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, it was probably. I'm not gonna say my car was dynamite, but my car was pretty good. And I started front row outside or something, and I'm leading. And man, it just amazed me how much better his car was than mine. Like it was unreal. Across the middle. Stick the bottom, run the top, like it was unreal. I was like, oh my gosh, like that's next level. And then there was a couple times I've seen Austin look like that, but Austin doesn't seem to be able to repeat it quite as much as what Ryan and those guys are doing. So, and honestly, I feel like they're coming into their speed like perfect timing right now. I feel like I don't feel like they have been as good this year as they were last year, but I think in the recent weeks it just seems like they picked right back up. Like whatever they were missing, it looks like the car's got the grip back in it that it had. It's rotating better. It looked like the beginning of the year he was just too tight all the time, and then he got so tight he was losing grip. Is what it looked like from the outside looking in. And I could be totally wrong, but whatever they found, it looks like they're back to where they used to be. I think the speed's back. He looks a lot better.
That crash with Watt last week, holy shit!
Oh,
that was nasty.
That was fucking bad, man.
That was one of the worst crashes I've seen in a long, long time.
Yeah, I think everybody's lucky in that situation.
So can we start
he got hurt.
Yeah, and he wasn't the one I thought would be hurt in the deal.
No, but if you watch it,
they said Kelby was okay. I was like, all right, thank God.
And yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no doubt.
Jack's like, dude, his eyebrow like almost got removed from his face. Like,
so what did they say actually hit the helmet there?
I don't know. I haven't actually heard anything official as far as that goes, but from what I understood, it was like the the cross piece of the frame, like that your rock screen attaches to.
Right.
The whole. Oh,
wow.
I don't know that for sure, but I know I asked Jack how he was doing, and he sent me like some awesome photos. I'm like, dude, you're gonna be fighting the ladies off with all these scars, bro.
So how big's his dick?
I don't even know if he's old enough for me to know, Daryl. Come on now, that's gay, bro.
You said he sent you some awesome photos.
It wouldn't matter what age he is, it's gay, period.
I was completely swollen closed.
I know Dom was thinking it.
He's lucky to keep his eyebrow on his head, dude. Like, I mean, it was gnarly. Like, whatever it did, it was gnarly.
Not to interrupt, but I think it's time to gather JJ and Sam, two of the higher members of the Bill Baylog fan club. I believe JJ's president. Sam might be vice president. He's on the pole of the dash, and it's rolling out now.
Go, Billiam.
Hey, yeah, I think Gravel's got this deal licked. Maybe not the dash win, but he's going to be unstoppable, I think.
I have a question off of my page. A guy said ratchet belt.
How about the 18?
Yeah, he looks good.
What do you guys think there? I only use ratchet belts.
Yeah, same here. I won't use anything else.
Yeah, for sure. I think if anybody ever switches to ratchet belts, they won't run anything else.
You can't switch back, or it feels like you're loose in the car. It's the craziest shit.
Exactly.
I agree.
Y'all see how dirty it is and see how they're getting across the track? That's what I was talking about. I feel like this is going to race really good if they let it get super good and dirty. But I think you're only going to see a couple laps of it like that. It won't move back up, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't know why they fucking ripped and watered it.
Yeah, I think they just need to roll it. I don't think they need to water it.
Bill Baylog, get the fan club tuned up.
Yeah, I think Gravel got a little too.
Everybody's
too excited. He got pretty high up in 3 and 4, and that was game over. Which was probably a good move to try early, but now I feel like it dirtied up way too fast for him to sustain anything up there.
Sheldon's looking sporty there, Dom.
Yeah, he looks good. Like right around the very bottom.
Yeah, he's stuck really good. And what'll happen when they get to traffic, it'll be hard to stop him because he'll be able to rotate and drive up off the bottom. And I don't think any of these other guys can do that.
Man, I didn't think the 18 deal was going to be as good as it was going to be. Not because I don't think any one of them guys are capable of the equipment's any good, but I just kind of thought like
Gio Scelzi was unbeatable.
Exactly. I really thought like, hey, Sheldon and Ripper, like they've been together a long time. Like this is where they're at. And it goes to show like you got a different engine program and a different car. And like they're a fucking contender, man. I mean, just what a world change for those guys.
Huge
when
improvement.
When they started out, I thought, man, this is going to be a rough year for them. And the speed they've found is unreal. Like he's been pretty on. Like I don't know, probably. I mean, if we took this year and split it in half, wherever that halfway point would be for going forward, I think they've been one of the better cars.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay,
they've been very good.
Okay, Steve. So there's probably a lot of names if you're not a Michigan, Ohio guy that are going to be fighting it out probably here for the back 2 transfer spots. Who are guys people should look at that maybe they don't know they should be watching?
The 4th row.
Stambaugh and Blonde for sure. Both those guys are.
Zane Duval.
Stambaugh has 4 wins at this track. 3 of them are in 360s. And he actually does have a 410 win with like the Fast Series, like back in 2021 or something like that.
And Daggett, who's rolling off 3rd, actually upset the All-Stars years ago.
He'll be fine around the bottom. He was running really well in the All-Star show that from last year, and then I think he got contact with DeVault and got taken out of the race. But he was actually battling behind Caleb Henry for 2nd.
So we have Axum, DeVault, and Torgerson, who I think we all agree should get out. Who's going to be the Michigan guy that gets the 4th spot?
I say Brad Lamberson gets her.
He's been solid this year.
He's good. That
You don't think
10
Daggett will
ride,
just
that-
hold on to it?
Darren
Well,
Snyder
they're
was
taking
in that
6,
too.
right?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Oh,
Sorry,
geez,
my
oh.
bad. Okay, who are the 3 Michigan
Daryl-
cars that get out?
Daryl sets the stage wrong.
It'll be
I
Blonde.
say Daggett, Rule, and who was the guy that's starting 8th?
Stambaugh?
Stemba.
Stambaugh.
What if Axum's car doesn't take off? There we go.
Well, speaking of Axum and another B main, it's still surprising.
Dude, I'm so far behind you guys.
Just log
Yeah,
out
I-
of the Dirt Vision and
I've-
log back in.
After they
Let's
had
not-
like everybody was all excited about like when they started that 27 deal, how fast he was out of the gate.
Actually,
And I-
we
and
had
I
a
won't
huge group
deny.
chat, Sam.
Yeah, we did.
We had a huge group chat. This was an argument. Sam and Daryl were of the side that Axum wasn't going to tear it up. I believe
Well, I
JJ
just-
and Dom were on the side that he was. So let's
Yeah,
take
but
a
I
victory
just
lap,
felt
Sam.
like any time you actually commit to go to this deal full time, man, it changes everything. It does. Like, it's one thing to be at your shop and go race a weekend with those guys, and it's another thing to follow them all year long. It's such a hard deal. Like, there's no doubt Axum's plenty fast to win some of these races or be in contention to win. But
Hell,
when
he
you
was
take
winning the Volusia opener, wasn't he?
That's what I'm
Spun
saying.
like
But
a
when
couple
you
ago.
take a full season on and you go through that whole deal, like I'm telling you, the toll it takes on your team, you as a driver mentally, because you in your head you're like, oh man, I can beat this guy in points all year. I can beat this guy. Yeah, I think this is where we're at. And then when you actually go to start racing and you go, man, how's that guy beating us? Or how are we not beating this guy? And then like mentally, it drains you because like you feel like yourself you're capable of something more than what you're doing. But that's what following a national tour like the Outlaws does to you mentally, and it's just a grind. And that's why the guys that have done it for years, that's why they're so good. You know, they know how to keep grinding all year long, even when it gets tough.
Just for the record,
Going
I'm
on
gonna
a
say before
national
this game
tour,
ends-
going on a national tour would be like Spencer Baston's butthole in prison. It's going in for a rough fucking time.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just gonna
wow.
say, by the way, we're underrating the Aussie in the 55, and that he'll get one of the spots.
I don't know who that person is.
As I picture Spencer Basin just being savagely raped.
How are you
Oh,
picturing that? That's just nasty, Daryl.
Yeah.
You
Doggy style,
wanted to,
probably.
you wanted to
And then
see
it's
this other
gay.
guy's dick, and now you're wanting to see Baston get ravaged.
No,
That's
Dom
just-
already set the scene. Dom already set the stage.
On a rainy night in jail, the outlaw rookie gets pounded. That's every night on the outlaw tour. Please stop. Make it stop. And it's
You just
every
need
night.
More guys running where DeVault's running, clean it off more.
Yeah,
'Cause
it'll
he's
be a
running like
good
lane
race
up
if
from
they-
everyone.
Steve is having none of our rape talk.
It looks
No.
like
Seems
Morel's
like I've
gonna
been
try
to prison.
sneak
I
in
know
here.
how it works.
I've already been canceled for calling the World of Outlaws corrupt. I don't.
That's right.
I'm
Conor
probably gonna
Morell's
have to.
got work to do.
Stambaugh got to
Morell's-
sixth.
What?
Stambaugh got to sixth.
Yeah, but
Yep.
Morel's right on him.
Dude, what is Moxie?
No one knows.
If you
I don't
Google-
want to
yeah.
answer this wrong, but I believe the guy that owns Dryden or is connected
Yes.
to Dryden owns Moxie. I don't want to say what it is, but I believe it has to. I don't know totally for sure, even remotely, but it has something to do with sports, doesn't it, JJ?
I don't know. Some sort of development of something.
Yeah,
I think it's
someone
like
told us.
Moxie's Sports Advisors.
Sports
Is that what it's
development.
fully?
Yeah, I
called?
think that's right. It's because somebody had told us, and I just couldn't remember. Morel's
But
going to
it's
get
not
in
like
here.
it's
I'll say Morel's going to get there, but he better not show him his nose.
I think he
has to clear him off 4.
Pretty good.
I think he just saw him.
Pretty good race for the transfer.
Yeah,
he's going to the bottom.
Yeah, it killed him.
No,
Max is not like sticking it on the exits, but yeah,
but he carried a lot of speed there when he did that. Though.
Yeah, he's got it.
In 4 yet.
I don't think you're going to get past Stambaugh now.
No, the old tub of towels is not making it.
I'd love to see Connor.
How have we gone this far? How have we gone this far without one of us going, why the fuck was Hank Davis fired?
Dude, good question.
You're stupid.
He has a lot of upside, man.
I feel the same way about that as I felt about every single other team that has parted ways already. Like, it's just stupid.
Yeah, I say this all the time. Like, if you don't give a guy time, like you're not gonna see the result you want to see. Whether, like, and I get it. Like, that owner's probably spending, well, not probably, is spending a shit ton of money. You know, like if everybody saw they had 2 rigs out on the road and it seemed like they had 10 guys working on the cars every night. But in situations like that, it's like, okay, if the owner has an expectation of where they think they need to be and they haven't got the results they want to get, like, I hate to say this, but somebody's got to take the ride. And obviously, you know, Dutcher's not going to be the guy taking the ride because he built the program and maybe that guy has a lot of faith in what he's wanting to do. But yeah, do I think firing him is dumb? For sure I do. But I also think I thought it was really dumb when Hank took the ride over the 12X car. I thought the 12X deal was going to be a good deal for him because those guys really believed in him and they really, really liked him. And Daryl knows how I am about, like, people and things like that. Like,
I'll help you.
If a guy called me tomorrow to give me a full-time outlaw deal with all the best mechanics, all this, all that, I could fly in every race and do, like, if it was like a perfect scenario for me, just hypothetically, if that were to happen, I would not quit driving for the guy I drive for because I have an owner that believes in me. I have an owner that's behind me. I feel like in racing, guys really miss that a lot. Like they get themselves in situations. Oh, it's another car to drive. You know, it's got to be better. And I feel like that's a mistake that he made because I thought they were going to probably build something pretty good with the 12X car. But I mean, like, he made the decision, and yes, it gave him an opportunity to go full-time national racing. And he's got experience from that you could, you know, it's so hard to learn without doing it. So I think that's going to be good for him going forward. I just think it's going to be hard for him to find something that's going to fit him. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's available? There's not these national touring cars just don't become available every day. So he's a good driver. Like, we all know that. We've seen what he can do. But there aren't a ton of really good race cars, you know, to give him the opportunity. Now, yeah, the 17 GP, like, obviously it's building a reputation. And they've gotten faster this year. And I think a large part of it is because of Hank. Like, he's been pretty good. He's been kind of the guy they need. They need a guy that gasses pretty hard to get him out of situations sometime. And a lot of the guys they've had, they're not that guy, you know. And not to take anything away from those guys, but, you know, Hank's one of those guys that, you know, he's going to push the limits of a race car. And sometimes when a team is not up to speed like they need to be, that's the kind of guy you want. And I kind of felt this coming, though.
I didn't.
And the reason I say that, he had a couple interviews about a month ago, and he didn't look very happy to me. I think they were. I don't even know where they were. It was a week or so before he had to go home, and Jennington drove the car. But man, it just his interview. He didn't sound happy. He looked dejected. So maybe they had some hostile stuff going on in the race team that nobody really knows about, or they weren't vibing. I don't know. Look at me vibing. I'm using a new word.
Yeah, you're hip. You're woke,
Yeah, I'm
bro.
hip. Sound like my teenage girl.
Yeah.
Vibing.
But like what you're saying, Sam, is like totally true. Like you think it's only you, but I can name a guy for JJ and I can name a guy for Dom. Blake is ride or die with JJ. Blake Cook is ride or die with just JJ. Dom has Tyler Silva, who's pretty much ride or die with him. Like you need those ride or die guys to succeed, or you're just not going to. You can see it. You can.
I feel like that's lost on our on racing now. Like it's like, like, and I'll tell this story. A long time ago, Miles was gonna. He's like, well, Sam, we'll pay a crew chief, whatever you want to do, we'll get one, right? And I said, Miles, that's not what I want. And he's like, what do you mean? I said, I want a guy to be here because he wants to be here. I don't want to have to pay a guy a stupid amount of money just to come here. Like, I'm not that guy, right? Like, if the guy was like, hey, man, I want to try to do something with Sam, and pay him a reasonable number, not say he's working for free, but like, for me to say, man, we're going to pay this guy way more than he's worth because that's the only way we're going to get him in our situation. And I think a lot of that happens out there, and there's some success from it. But I think the teams that are genuinely good consistently, those guys are all there for the right reasons. And I think that's what you see. I think the moment that not a thing, the teams really do struggle.
So I have
JJ
a question or a point I'd like to make here. Like, how many times do you think whenever teams go separate ways, like percentage-wise, is it actually because of results, or is it because of some other bullshit, whether it's personnel or T-shirts or going up and down the road? Because I don't think results are the reason that guys get fired as much as what everybody thinks when you just see on the internet. Because, like, you see Hank's numbers and where he's been finishing and everything, and it's like, this has to be something about somebody's not getting along somewhere. It's not.
Or money.
This is what I would say.
Money.
This is what I would say. 100%. It starts with results. And then if there's something else that's not vibing, there we go again, vibing.
Dude.
If something else isn't meshing well, then the results definitely just killed it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's me. Like, I feel like if, say, I could tell you, like, I ran like shit when we tried to tackle the 410 deal for like 2 or 3 years, right? I felt like I was about to lose my job, rightfully so, because we didn't produce, right? And the only thing that probably saved that was me and Miles' relationship. And, he knew me, I knew him.
Totally.
We meshed well together. He knows I'm a professional guy. He knows I'm not trying to fuck him over on stuff. Like, but if we had differences, I would have been gone in a heartbeat. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's so huge. Like, I'm telling you, like, they probably, because they got through a stint there where they actually started running pretty good. And they looked like they had an upside, and then all of a sudden they stalled out and went back the other way. And I think once that happened,
it's killer.
They were done for. And I think they had some other issues going on. Obviously, there always has to be something, because let's face it, if we all like each other, we're probably going to keep racing with each other.
Yeah.
And there's a thing to note too. Like, I think Sam, you and I ran 8th in East Texas or something like that with the High Limit Series. And he got
West
us.
Texas.
He was one of the guys.
Yeah, he ran like 7th from like 15th or something that night. He was really good.
But that wasn't on the fence. Like, that was like, car was good. He was
good.
The
car was really good that night. Really good. Like I say, that was about the time they started really looking like they were coming together. And like I say, somewhere along the way, they fell off the wagon, whatever did happen. And who knows? It might work out well for both of them. I don't know if Brock Zierfoss made the right move. I don't. I mean, I know Brock hasn't been running that good this year, but I still don't think like maybe he wanted to go back out on the road full time, but I just don't know if that's an upgrade for him at all.
Did he leave anything?
So I think
though?
the deal with Brock was that Brock lost 2 sponsors at the beginning of this year, and he wasn't able to race as much as he thought he was going to be.
That makes sense.
And I also think, like, I agree with pretty much everything you said, but just based on the next swing of like 10 races that High Limit has, like Brock Zierfoss is probably going to run better than Hank would have, just because there's a lot of Port Royal coming up here. I think they go to New York, Ransomville maybe, or I don't know if it's Outlaw or
Ransomville,
and then I think they're at Lernerville in there too, which Hank probably would have went pretty well at Lernerville. But
they won.
He'd actually raced at Lernerville.
They won that this year.
So do you think he'll bring? Do you think he'll bring this crew chief with him on some of that? Yeah, you think they'll bring him along for some of those races?
I haven't heard that, but I was thinking that because he's been with Brock now for like he was with him through the 8 deal last year, I think, and even before that. So
I think it could be beneficial.
Shuttlesworth is the guy that's pretty dang good at Port Royal. Like he definitely.
That's why I say like I think that could be beneficial for that 17 GP to maybe have him alongside to help him through that swing.
Who's Zierfoss's crew chief? Chris Shuttlesworth?
I think it's Jim.
Okay.
There is a Chris Shuttlesworth. You're not crazy there.
No, I know him, but I didn't think he was. I didn't know he was.
So, DT Kane Kaneshiro says, "Do you think Holmes is doing enough to satisfy his car owner?"
Yes,
for sure,
absolutely.
I think Holmes' situation. I think Holmes' situation is exactly what Sam's talking about, except with a car owner.
Everyone who leaves at 13 regrets it. I'm
Tom Book keeps not being believed in by his drivers. Isn't that fair to say? Like,
I agree. I think that car. I think that car is a really good race car. I think Strasbaugh does a really good job, and I think It took him some time with Pursley. It's taken him some time with Holmes. But Holmes' upside looks way better than Pursley's does right now.
Dude, Holmes is he's a good race car driver. Everything he's ever raced, he's gotten to a really high level. And I feel like I saw one of the questions was like the best rookie on all the tours or whatever. And like, that's gotta be him.
Yeah, I think, and the other thing that really helps him is he's super professional, like in everything he does, not just the social media stuff. I think he carries himself very professionally, and I think when you're racing a national tour, like I said, it can beat you down, and I think that's a huge upside for him. Is like he doesn't ever look like, no matter how they ran, he doesn't look like he ever gets beat down.
He has a great
for sure
all the time. Like, and I was there the night he won, dude. He legitimately signed autographs for like 3 hours for people. Like, he is so good. And I mean, I text him like, "Good job," whatever. But it's like he is so good for our sport. Like, he's one of the best ambassadors for sprint car racing right now, and bringing the next generation in to be fans and stuff, and then like actually staying to interact with the next generation.
Yeah, I think his attitude kind of reminds me of myself. I have a good attitude all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but different.
Yeah. But like the line that the guy follows up with is, a lot of guys despise Holmes, but you got to give credit for branding himself.
Yeah, you can.
Him. I don't think there's. I don't know a racer that dislikes Tanner Holmes.
Everybody respects.
No. I think he does a good job. I think he's clean enough as a race car driver. Like, you very seldom see him put people in bad positions.
Yeah, I think he's pretty well respected. Race car drivers as a whole, it's fair to say, you guys respect the hell out of anyone that figures out a way to keep themselves employed. Like, whether it's Brian Brown starting a team or Tanner Holmes building a big enough brand that you have to He's going to have a ride.
Yep.
Yeah, like on like the Brian Brown front, like regardless if he ever wins another race or whatever he ever does from here on out, like I always tell this everybody because they bitch like, oh, Brown does. I said, well, there's several ways to approach this sport. You can be really, really talented and make it that way. Or you can be, like Tanner Holmes, or you can be like Brian Brown that believed in himself so much that he took the chance, and how many guys are willing to do that? Like, how many guys go, I'm going to start my own team and I'm going to try to make this happen. And, like you love him or hate him, it doesn't matter. I compare him and Jason Johnson are really close to the same style as far as that was concerned. Jason, like I don't feel like Jason Johnson was the best race car driver ever, but the guy had determination, beyond most people to make it, and what he did to make it and how he built his team. And same way with Brown. Like, I'm not going to go, man, Brown's the best race car driver I've ever seen. He's not bad. Same with Jason Johnson. Obviously, you don't win the Knoxville Nationals being bad, but I just think those guys believed in themselves so much. They're an example of a guy making it that way. They had talent, but they also needed, they needed that drive and that determination to make it. And a lot of people won't take that chance. Like, think about it. We got people rounding up hundreds of thousands of dollars of sponsorship money
to go give to somebody,
to go give to a team to go race that car.
Fucking insane, dude.
And it blows me away, right?
At the end
and
of
it's like, well, they want to be on the team that they know can perform. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with it. There's different ways to do this. And I think like to me, it's like, okay, say Carson Macedo rounds up $300,000-$400,000, right? Just say that's what he rounds up to drive that car. Okay. They conjure up that much sponsor money, right? So if he were to do that, and then he brings in, what's he going to make this year? $300,000-$400,000 on the earnings when it's all said and done, probably. Would we say?
Yeah.
So if he does that and he gets his percentage, like, why did we give all this money up? But you know what I'm saying? But it's what those guys are comfortable with doing. But very few guys go the other route and go, hey man, I'm one of those guys. Like I'm not, I will not lie. I don't want to build another team again. I've done it before. It's a lot, and I'm not the most personal guy with sponsors and things like that. I probably say things that are on my mind too much, and that's not what everybody wants to hear sometimes. But these guys that are able to conjure up the money that they do and do what they do, like there's so many ways to do it. And I think it's respectable no matter which way you get there.
One guy who I think could just build his brand and be massively successful and do it on his own, but he'd have to take a huge risk, and I don't think he's willing to take it, is Dominic Scelzi.
My brand would be very R-rated.
Guys, is it's like all those guys.
Yeah, but you're
themselves. It's good.
Dom, if you started a channel,
I feel like, dude, I do feel like you could conjure up a lot more sponsor money than anybody else on this show, which is, like
personable than you and me, huh, Sam?
Yeah, just a little bit.
It's all my looks.
Well, that's what I was going to say.
Watching you eat that pasta, I'm like, God damn, this guy should be an Olive Garden commercial. Like, it made me so angry.
I've got an Olive Garden appetite, but a Sizzler personality.
But like I'll
and a slug's.
I won't. We're obviously not going to say the number, but like Dom's number that he gets to race regionally, I think is an insane number. Like, I think if you guys heard the number, and I'm sure he'd tell you off air.
And let's not question, but like that's the thing. Like we say all
that's
this,
Dom
and
doing it part time.
Yeah, we say all this, but like when we talk about it, like it still doesn't pay the bills. Like it's what people don't understand is like what it actually costs. Like, it helps, like don't get me wrong, like you need it, but it just doesn't pay the bills. Even if you're getting a substantial amount of money, sometimes it's still probably not enough.
I would.
But yeah, I feel like Dom is one of the few people that could do it if all of a sudden Gary Scelzi hated Dom, wrote him out of his will.
All
his
that
mom
happened
hated
2 weeks
him.
ago.
Yeah, I was about to say, hasn't that happened before?
His mom suddenly hates him. His mom suddenly hates him, writes him out of her will. And Dom's only way to make a living is racing. I think Dom would get that figured out and be just fine doing
Honestly, the first thing I would do is like really push merchandise, like give it a real go at pushing merchandise. And I think
Hey, have you guys heard of the Rushville Rocket?
Dude, what the fuck is that? What is that?
We're just gonna get in trouble. Let's just stop talking about it and go back to your merchandise point.
No, I have to know. What is that? What is that? I don't get it.
It's like a new version of the Gasm, but different.
I'm not understanding
it's
it.
going pretty far with the commercialization of.
But Tony Stewart was the Rushville Rocket.
Yeah, and it's a number 14, just like Tony Stewart, and it's Tony Stewart's car.
Yeah,
I haven't paid that much attention to it, so
honestly, I don't really know what.
I just felt like for the build-up, I thought we were getting some announcement or something, and when it's just you're doing a paint scheme to sell a bunch of stuff, it was kind of a letdown.
That's what that is a lot of the time.
Yeah, and that's I don't know.
And that's why I don't push myself on social media, because I just
exactly. I don't push myself.
It's not my thing
because I have a journeyman electrician's card. I would rather go work an hourly rate than post my shit on social media. Like, not like saying like that one's so bad, but some of these deals is like, let me give you the updates, and it's like, dude, I'll just go wire some outlets in or something for somebody and not give you. I'll just type the updates. I mean, I don't even mind the video once in a while, but you can tell when it's like super forced and it's brutal, dude.
And then GT Canicheros,
I don't like
it's a beautiful machine, and it's an homage to his car owner. And yeah, I get all that. I'm sure it'll be a great homage to his car owner as he walks to the bank and cashes the check.
It's cool. He just made $45,000 on merchandise, but it is awesome too.
Yeah. No, it's good and it's bad. It's the good and the bad of the sport. Like, I don't even know it's the bad of the sport. There's nothing bad about it.
It's not the bad.
More power to him, dude. I think I don't even
like.
This
is what I would say. If you guys were in Rico's position to know like how much that stuff makes him money.
We got a pretty good idea, and it's insane.
But what I'm saying is, if you were in his same position and you knew that's a pretty good avenue to make you money, I don't think you wouldn't go down that avenue. I think you would.
It seems
it's just like
superior to putting in outlets. I will give it to you.
I'm just saying, like, he knows.
I can give you my counter. My counter to this
I don't need a counter. I just think if you know what generates you money, you're probably going to fucking do it. Hey,
I'll give you the proof that
Dom, if you think you could sell some truckloads by doing some crazy ass shit, you think you're probably going to fucking do it? Probably so.
I very well might. But see, where I have a hard time with it is if it doesn't feel genuine, I just can't get behind it.
This is my thing.
I get that. Okay. I get that side.
There was a period where I started doing social media with the Drivers Project. And I literally made more in 1 month than I did at my own job. I could have kept doing that.
Paying us out?
I could have kept
Where's my
doing
fucking
that.
cut?
Yeah,
sorry guys.
Hey, the only reason I'm helping out with the t-shirts is hoping to get some fucking money back out of this fucking deal. That's the only reason.
I could have kept doing that, and yes, Facebook changed the algorithms, But I can tell you 100% that I could make an easy grand just for posting on social media with the Drivers Project. But it is Dom's problem. I would be posting just to make money, not to
inauthentic
generate. Yeah, it wouldn't be like, look at how much I posted then, look how much I posted now. I've made the conscious decision that, like, I'd rather just be authentic and do authentic posts than make that grand. And I'm telling you right now, we can make that grand every month. I'm openly saying
I could do
not hard.
similar things. Like a lot of the accounts that you see that like frustrate me as someone who like is posting on social media and making content are the ones that are like, you know, posting like the rumors and the drama, like the off track stuff. Like that stuff drives me insane because it's so easy to post something controversial and then get 100 comments on it. And then that's obviously going to just get fed into the algorithm. And then you're going to make a bunch of money off that post because you're just stirring up a bunch of crap. And that's why I stay away from doing stuff like that, because not only does it like, I don't have time to, but it's not authentic. And it's just not what I'm interested in doing. Like, I don't give a shit what the drivers are doing off track, whether it's good or bad. Like,
yeah, and
I don't like the controversy stuff. Like I just don't. I don't.
That's because you're buddies with Sunshine.
That's the most controversial thing Daryl's ever.
There hasn't been a lot of controversy lately, so I mean, he's cleaned it up.
An American flag suit, dude. He is the USA.
He's a bald eagle flying through America.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's He's what America's about.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or you mean he was landing on some bald eagles for a while? I just throwing that out there.
Oh,
was that with or without the American suit on? I just want to know. Like, you know,
dude, I do like these K1s. They zip up or
yeah, he's 1 for 1 in the American suit, right? Like that was the first time wearing.
Of course we know.
Yeah, he's 1 for 1 on the track.
Yeah.
Did he wear that in Australia, or should I bring that up?
Oh,
Dom's losing a friend. Let's be nice.
I think if Courtney was watching this, he'd be laughing too.
I think so too. Fuck.
Okay, we can move on to somebody else.
Question, Daryl?
I forgot where we were at.
Somewhere in America.
Don't really have a lot of questions. It's more so comments. I'm trying to find a.
I missed a lot of the mailbag questions.
Yeah, I feel like I did too.
No, we just did the Dom focused mailbag questions. We can go to mailbag questions. We did the 400.
We're supposed to answer. That's why we asked people to ask them, Daryl.
Yeah, but we didn't have breaks, and now we've got a break, and now we've got something to talk about. I'm going through the questions. If you were to show Jessen Jacobson,
tell us they're dumping water on the track.
Yeah, Jessen Jacobson, Skagit up and comer, buddies with JJ2, I believe. If you were to show someone who's never heard of sprint car racing before a video of a race, what one would it be?
One with Kyle Larson in it.
Yeah. Kyle Larson, Logan Schuchart, where
Grand Forks.
Did Larson spin through the infield?
Yeah, Grand Forks. Yeah. That's it.
I'd do the Kyle Larson, Tim Kading, and Shane Stewart at Kokomo one.
That one was good too.
Man, that trophy Larson and Sweet went at it was pretty damn epic.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you guys would know better than me. We've all seen the last lap. Were the 50 laps epic? Or was it just an epic?
It was a good race.
Trophy Cup's insanely good every time.
Yeah.
What do you think with the 410s it'll be like?
Oh, that's one of the questions.
We covered that one, but
hurts.
Oh, you did?
No, but we only got Dom's opinion.
Was Dom pro?
Dom, his only comment is, "I don't want to get in trouble," and he really believes in John Hager. That's about where he left it.
I also
this is what I would say. If the 410s produce a big car count, which they won't, but if they produced a big car count, I don't think there's any problem with it. What makes that race so good is that there's 80 plus cars, whatever, and you start inverting fields, and it's a badass race. Now let's invert the field of 30 to 40 really good race cars.
Exactly.
There's not going to be a lot of passing. And I think it's going to fuck the format.
Do we even know that
up.
that's the format? Do we even know that that's the
It
format?
has to be. You're not going to change that format.
If they change the format, then they totally ruin the race. And
that's the whole point.
Let me stop you kids there, because the format was completely changed last year. Completely changed. And they stopped themselves about a week before and like, oh fuck, maybe this won't work, and changed a bunch of shit back because they realized they changed way too much shit. So I personally think Trophy Cup is done. It's dead. Whatever the fuck we're gonna get is whatever it's gonna be.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm worried.
Now here's a question I really like because it shows me the guy listens to our show. Jimbo Rooney asks, and it's a controversial topic we had. Jimbo Rooney asks, considering you guys always say that mid-tour national drivers coming off the tour that race regional would excel, do you think Brock Zierfoss has underperformed since coming off the Outlaw Tour? Steve, we haven't heard from you in a while. Give us the answer first.
I would say yes. I think he has underperformed. But I think it's a little more complicated. I think since the deal with the Eichelberger car, like I know like they didn't come out of the gate very good. And like I kind of expected with the way that Freddie went in that car that Brock would be pretty solid. And I think he only won once or twice last year. But then this year he's looked a little bit better. 2 wins.
He's been fast.
I've noticed like he's super inconsistent though. Like 1 week he'll come out and be pretty solid. He'll time in well, and then he'll race pretty well. And then the next week he'll time in like 20th. So like I think that's what he would have to work on the most is just timing in well. But I would say he has 100% underperformed since coming off the Outlaw Tour. I actually think I made a prediction article like at the beginning of last year. I said he was going to win 8 to 10 races or something last year. And he didn't even come close. So,
JJ,
yeah, I think
you rated him in the 60s.
Underperformed.
Right. So
JJ,
like
you rated him in the 60s.
Like that one NFL coach was like, he is who I thought he was. We let him off the hook. But no, I mean, I don't.
So JJ,
I think he's been better this year than he has last year by quite a bit. Like his pace this year has been really, really solid. Like I don't watch every single race, so I kind of miss the inconsistencies that Steve's talking about. But in general, I feel like he's had quite a bit of pace this year most of the times when I've been watching. But as a whole, just results-wise on paper, definitely underperforming. But it's easy to underperform in a really difficult environment. Like Danny Sams comes off a tour and goes and picks up like Gladiator and Fast Series wins, whereas Brock Zierfoss is racing weekly shows at Williams Grove and Port Royal, which is far different competition, So I think that there's levels to it too, but I would say that as a whole, underperforming, yes, Daryl.
JJ, you ranked him in the 60s. We raked you over the coals for that ranking. Dom, we can't see you. Do we owe you an apology, JJ? Or do you feel like you had him ranked properly?
I never felt like I was that far off, and that's not a slight against Brock Zierfoss. I don't not like Brock Zierfoss. I don't not think he's a good race car driver, dude. Like
you hate Brock Zierfoss.
No, not at all. Like I really like watching him race. He's one of those guys that's fun to watch race. Dominic just teleported. But, like, no, man, I don't have any problem with it. I don't think he sucks by any means. I think everybody in that top 100 is pretty damn good, and it just comes back to what we were saying. Like, 25 through 75 is like, what have you done for me late? Like, all just, they're right there.
Do we owe you an apology, JJ? Because you felt strongly.
You guys were pretty hard.
I think at the time, JJ was wrong. I think at the time now, JJ is right.
Right.
That's how it works. That list was a long time ago, Daryl.
And the thing is, that dude's won 2 Outlaw shows. Like, I'm not like I've never won no Outlaw shows, I'm not.
That's the
thing that we.
That's kind of my point.
Everybody like really stuck to that. I had him rated so low, so I think he's not good. Like, dude, I think Brock Zierfoss is a stud race car driver. It's just where he's racing is it's tough, dude. Like Pennsylvania on a weekly basis isn't just, you're not just picking them off unless you're chasing.
You got Chase Dietz and Macri, and you've got Dietrich that's also struggling. You've got Dietrich struggling, and he's still faster than Zierfoss. You've got you just got so many decent guys out there.
Exactly.
Like
So
Wagaman's not even doing that well, and he's faster than Zierfoss too.
You're
right. Like they're and like a couple of years ago, their guys weren't that good. Like they picked up a lot of speed. Those core guys have picked up a ton of speed. And now you've got the kid in the 1A car that looks pretty solid.
Smith, he's good.
I don't like the problem with Zierfoss's deal is I think it's just car related. I just don't think their car is very good right now. And that's what they're struggling with. I don't think Brock is a guy that's doing a bad job. I think it's deeper than that. But yeah, I mean, has he underperformed? Fuck yeah. Like he's come off of, if you come off of any of these tours and you go back and race PA, you were still expected to win more than you're winning. Like I feel like he would be faster. I feel like he would be the third fastest car should be there, and he's not. He's not even the fifth fastest car right now.
And I had him basically down in my head for like 48 wins a year.
I'm saying when he hopped off the tour, he went to Baps and destroyed the posse at the end in that last race of the year. Like gapped the field by like 4 or 5 seconds, I feel like. And then so I thought he was gonna just kind of look similar the following year, and it just never happened.
So they're starting to give the A main lineup. They're rolling out there. Steve, who's going to win this race?
I mean, gravel. But actually, I think Sheldon might give him a pretty good run for his money, though.
Dom, who's going to win? You don't get to pick Sheldon. Oh, no. Actually, Steve, settle on your guy. Is it gravel?
I'm taking Sheldon.
Oh, there
Dom,
goes
who are you taking?
I don't want to play now. Fuck you, Steve.
He wants
I'll take Buddy then.
JJ, are you going to stick to the fan club?
Bill Baylog wires the field, makes it a snoozer.
Sam, they've left.
So you're going to leave gravel for me? You're going to leave gravel for me?
I had no choice.
I can't not take him.
I didn't say God bless America. I can't not pick Bill Baylog, dude.
Well, it's a good pick. I think Baylog could win this race.
I do too. Like if you get out in clean air here, it looks pretty tough to overtake.
I think traffic's going to be huge at this race, to be honest.
Nice sunset we got going on here behind Connor.
And I think it's going to become a really good race because of traffic.
I think Schuhart's also a sneaky pick here too. He didn't look.
Yeah, his stuff lays. Usually in dirty racetrack, it's hard to keep staying left, and his car stays left about as good as anybody. So I feel like he does have a good shot.
Hey guys, I'm going to take Logan Schuchart. We really went ballsy here, picking the top 5 starting cars. We really. Well,
I don't know if you look at any of these stats that Master Gassers does, but if you look at positions change through a feature, it's not very often.
Not anymore.
Okay.
We should make some more rules.
Unless you're Carson Macedo and you can't time in because Carson Macedo is like plus 180 this year.
Do we think Levi Hillier will eventually replace Justin Peck?
Is that a question?
I think it's time. I think that's on. I think that we got to. It's just time. I think that's inevitable, but it's just time. I think somebody else will replace Justin Peck before Hillier does. How about that?
Yeah, I agree. I think Levi's got a handful of years.
Yeah, I think he's got at least another year of racing around at least, and then maybe one more.
Oh, fuck no. He's only 15.
I wouldn't even be surprised to see Levi go out a year on the road.
No, he just turned 16, didn't he? I thought he did.
No, he just turned 15.
But like, I could see them sending him out there with no, he just turned 16.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, that's what I thought. Could see them they were talking something about him getting his driver's license.
Like to learn under those guys and how they travel for a year or so.
Well, I'll be honest.
Right,
The
train-
way those guys are running, I wouldn't want to learn shit from them.
Damn it.
Well, I'm
Right,
just
well,
saying,
Levi-
like, why would you just
Definitely.
outran them when they came to your territory? Why would you want to learn from that? I'd want to learn where I'm at. That's not being rude. It's just being honest.
That's just numbers. It's a numbers thing. It's Master Gas doesn't mean
And
it
that's
just does
not-
the numbers.
That's not hating on one guy there. I think Justin Peck can go win a race in any race car. I think, we've seen him do it. Like it's not hating on any of those guys. It's just their combination isn't working right now. But
Brian,
they have the ability to show up to a next race and have a potential chance to win a race. That's what's weird about their team, is they can unload and he looks super, super fast.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden the next week it's like, what the fuck happened?
Brian Booze says Dom is a champion of the people. That is what we want to see. Real shit. I agree with Daryl. He would be successful doing his own team.
Oh yeah, he's definitely a people
I think
guy.
just every morning when you take your morning poop, just do like a 60-second video saying hi to the world.
Oh my god.
Hey, guys.
You're fantastic.
Kind of like OJ.
That's fine.
Door's still open in the door's still open in the bathroom. I'm taking a shit. I literally think that would be massive if you just did a taking a shit video every morning for a minute.
every morning, dude. People.
I would just be
listen in
afraid to
see
watch
Dom
what
has to say.
watch it to see what we might see that we don't want to see.
I've already
you
seen
think
it.
fucking there might be a little twig and berries, little hog action going on?
Well, I just think you wouldn't be
Greg
afraid to
Hamilton
show
and
it.
I already walked into it.
Hey, look, I was blessed with a completely compact
Oh,
unit,
no.
and I'm not afraid of it. So it's not going to hurt anybody, but it'll get a few laughs. And I'm telling you what, I'll use it.
Oh, completely
Not
compact.
above.
Dodger it asks, Sam, what did you think of racing a modified back in the day?
Oh, I loved it. I would do it again. Obviously, things have changed quite a bit, but if the opportunity presented itself, I would definitely do it again. I had a lot of fun racing modifieds, to be honest. We had a lot of good people helping whenever I was racing them. So, some of the best guys in this area were helping me. So we had a really good race car a lot of nights, and it was a lot of fun. I had a blast.
I still remember us showing up for our first race and everyone just thinking we were retarded.
Yeah, we ran really well with the car. I was, obviously it always helps having really good people, but I felt like there was some track conditions I was really good in, and there were some track conditions I wasn't as good in. But for the short time that I got to race it, I had a good time, and I feel like we won on about every type of surface you could have. So, it was pretty cool.
You got 3 wins. Is that correct?
Yeah, maybe so. I think I won 2
Sweat
at Devil's Bowl.
One at
Lone Star. I won at Lone Star at least once, maybe twice. I can't remember. And then
But
we almost. I felt like we had a really good shot to win the big USMTS show they had down in Houston Raceway Park. I don't even remember what year it was. 09, 08, somewhere in there.
Yeah, that's
We're
the
really
story
good.
I always tell. That's the story I always tell. That was probably my favorite night ever doing it, other than a Cowtown prelim. Crizzo 1982 agrees with us. Dumb shit videos might do numbers. There's no might to that. They would do numbers.
Yeah, he just has to put the content out.
He just has to commit.
Yep. Speaking of
feel like
which,
Hey, did we
and
talk
me
about
shitting
did
in
you do the
same
Montgomery
sentence are
question?
Two very weird things.
we did the Montgomery
Okay.
question. Dom, we can't see you. And oh shit. Oh yeah, there's something I wanted to say. Sam, you got back today the first
No, you're
version
not.
of the TP t-shirt. Is that not correct?
It's not officially here yet. My T-shirt guy usually he tells me something's going to happen, and we'll go about a day or two later that it actually happens. But I do
We're
feel
going green, aren't we?
Yeah,
I do feel
we're going green right now.
I do feel we will see it soon. It will be at Knoxville Nationals, 360 and 410. Oh, Sheldon,
Oh,
Jeez.
what a run.
Yeah, listen to Master Gassers there. Sheesh, got this in the bag.
That's
Yeah,
my
now-
guy.
Buddy's looking decent.
Didn't
Gravel
even pick
looks
the
like
guy I
shit.
sponsored. Didn't even pick the guy he sponsors.
Hard
Yeah,
charger.
Ricky Peterson
Hard
from
charger.
18th.
Yeah,
he's
Gravel
already, he's
looks
already
like
up to
dog shit.
16th on lap 1. There we go.
He's charging.
Yeah, I don't think Gravel's going to do very good here, boys and girls. Well, for his standards.
Right.
Yeah, I'd gladly take a third.
Yeah, I want to suck like him someday.
Stewart looks pretty good.
Sure does.
Well-
He looks solid.
Schuhart's had good speed lately.
That's in his legs.
Do we feel like this is about to be a Sheldon beatdown? Or
Yeah,
do you
this
think-
is going to be an ass whooping.
I just hope it stays green.
Yeah, it needs to stay green. I think if it stays green, Buddy has a chance. As I say that, Buddy drove around Baylog.
He just drove around him like
Never mind. Buddy's already there. Oh my gosh.
shit. How'd they catch
That
him
ma-
so fast?
Because he got dicked up behind those
Dude,
two
that
lap
was-
cars.
He didn't clear Morel when he
That
got
was
to him.
so.
And then Jeff Dodge was on the
Dodging-
outside.
Yeah.
He had to dodge him.
I'm Schuhart.
Heyo.
Schuhart got
Somebody-
stuck behind Dodge.
So you're saying people need to dodge better? Huh?
Yes.
Huh?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I hate my
Rizzo
life.
Thursday. Don't forget to try the veal.
Dom, are you coming to the Nationals this year?
Oh,
Dom is coming
yeah.
to the National.
Oh, he's lying.
Oh, I'm there.
I've heard
And
this
then work
before.
gets busy. Yeah, work gets busy.
No, I've heard the I have reason to believe Dom's coming.
Where
I
are you
love
staying?
it.
Where are you staying at?
My brother's house.
Okay.
And the wife and kids are coming too.
Oh, shit. Then he's definitely coming there.
It's going to be a shindig.
That's awesome. Maybe you'll make my trailer this time.
It depends. Don't get your hopes up.
I never do. I know you're a busy guy, and I usually park on the end.
I mean, if you're
No.
running like top 5 with the Outlaws like you've done the couple times this year, he might go by. But if you're not running that good, I think he might just pass
Schuhart
on
just
by
got
there.
2 for 1.
Hey, if you want to up your social media followers, you just let me know. I'll pop in for a guest appearance.
I thought you were gonna.
Yeah, and he'll
videotape
put a
me.
video of him taking a shit on your page.
Yeah.
I like that.
You could just sell that, Dom. That could be how you make the money.
There you go.
Yeah, fuck OnlyFans.
It's going to be only shits.
Dom's morning dump.
Jarrett says he wants to see Dom in a big block modified. Dom would be in heaven.
That would be awesome.
Only smooth, slick racetracks. Dom would be so happy running a big
I don't know.
block
They're pretty
modified.
dusty. They're pretty dusty. I don't know. about
Yeah,
that.
but Dom would love those surfaces. Dom
Yeah,
would
I-
love that.
I would not be upset with a super slick, slow place.
Seabell did pretty decent in one. Like he ran that SDS race a couple
Yeah.
weeks ago.
He did
and
do
A
he
good.
guy-
looked pretty. I mean,
Oh,
you could tell,
Macedo around.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
A guy,
All on his own.
Oh,
a guy
who'd he
who
get?
used Basin.
Oh my!
Hmm.
Did he get hit?
No, Basin just locked it up.
Now he gets his spot back, right?
I'll
No,
tell you who
No.
was bad.
Lend rule.
I'll tell you who was badass in a big block modified was Dave Blaney. He
Friesen
never
was
won
good in one.
Syracuse.
I was just gonna say that.
That's what he grew up in, though. But like for a sprint car guy just hopping in one, Dave Blaney was unbelievable in them. I don't think he ever won Syracuse, but he certainly had his chances.
The guy that does it well now is Larry White.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
He's
I've been at
good.
a race where he raced
Yeah.
2 like big block modifieds and sprint cars in the same night.
Yeah,
Yeah.
his family, I believe, owns Fulton, so he does that pretty regularly there. I think. Don't quote me on that. even though
He's
he's
really
They
good
have
at the
a
Chili
bunch
Bowl.
of- They have a trucking company, I think, up there too.
a massive one. He made the Chili Bowl.
Yeah.
Dom is correct. He locked in 1 year into the Chili Bowl.
Yeah, he's good.
Lightning Larry.
He has two.
And he
I think
does
he's won
win, as
twice in
someone
that
said.
ESS Speed Week.
Yeah, regularly wins in 360s in New York.
Daryl, how's our following been this go around?
Haven't even looked. Not worried because again, we're worried about being authentic. We're not worried about
And we have
forgot.
Dom.
numbers.
Yeah,
Worried about busting Latina.
Jackson worries about the numbers, and he's not on
Yeah,
here.
we're over here worried about how long this shit's gonna take that Dom takes.
Yeah, I think about a 90-second clip of just your day. Go
Oh, that would end Jeremy.
What if it was
Elliott.
just me struggling to get it out? Just like,
yeah, and
that's
just
all, folks. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah.
You just don't
ASMR.
seem like a guy that would struggle to get it out. You know, you seem like a natural flow kind of guy.
I am. I don't have problems.
Yeah, I
It
feel
comes
like that
out.
would be loosened up and you'd be
loosen
Yeah.
up. Dale. This has
DJ
been a
Parr.
long-
Oh my god!
Like Spencer Baston's ass in county jail.
Oh my gosh, that is out of control.
Oh, wow.
Back to the
It's not our
restart.
fault he's so
Kofoid's-
good looking.
That's what we call it.
Kofoid's looking
callback.
racy. Hey JJ,
Those
your
shoe
comedian guy, he was at Skagit. How'd that
She
go?
works pretty sporty.
Yeah, Shoehart looks good.
Yeah, Schuhart looks good.
Awesome, dude. He was announcing.
Oh, we got a situation.
And,
Oh,
Oh, jumped.
Oh,
Oh, he's pissed.
crazy. Is
He's
someone
pissed.
over the wall? No.
Now for the record, this is Darren Nida, the current driver
Oh.
of the 11. This is Darren Nida, the current driver of the 11, talking to the former driver of the 11. Casey
Look at the
Judge's
front
tech
end of
here.
that car. Holy
That car is
smoke!
And
Dude.
Casey's
Gary's like,
already
doesn't hit.
Already injured.
yeah, I believe he's got a neck injury for some reason.
Neck injury and
Broke his
then
The
who
hood's
knows?
messed
Maybe,
up on the
maybe
2 car.
accident
Like
started this whole accident and we don't even know.
These things
Yeah.
are fucking munted.
Well, that's what we should do.
Okay, here we go.
Definitely.
I want to see the crush. Sam, you're
Oh.
definitely ahead.
God.
oh my god.
We don't get to see the start though. But what we should
It
definitely
looks
do
like-
is jump to conclusions before we have a good view.
Yep.
That's Connor Wade's job.
Well, this is what I would do. I would say they both ran into each other.
Yeah, there was definitely contact made.
Yeah, there was contact.
So what do you think, fellas? Front clip on that one? Should be good to go?
I think both
Yeah,
cars
he's
will need a
fine.
front clip.
That's insane.
Do you think the 6 will make it out of the work area?
I think he might.
The
The way they give
If it was
time.
David Gravel, he would.
God, Master Gassers with his
Oh.
corruption again.
That was
Yeah.
a good
I
one.
love it.
That's so good.
That's funny.
Oh, by the way, fellas, the million races next week.
Dude,
C Rizzo 1982 says we need to go live more awesome. This is badass. The way the races are next week, I almost figure we got to do a live instead of a regular pod. Do we all agree?
Yeah, I
What?
don't know. My weeks
I
get pretty
kind of
busy.
wanted to do the Brad Doty Classic or the 100 grand kind of midweek Eldora show. What do you guys think?
So what days are those? The Brad
Yeah,
Doty's Tuesday?
Doty, it's Tuesday or Wednesday, and then the 100 grand. Dom, I think, knows better than me. That's the second night at Eldora.
That should be
isn't it?
Thursday. That's Thursday, I believe.
Thursday, and then we go Friday, Saturday. Yep.
Yeah, because I'm just going to Knoxville next weekend, so I should have time to do the Thursday.
Are you going to
Depending
try and
on-
take down defending Knoxville Raceway 360 winner JJ Hickle?
Of course.
You're not bringing the. Are you doing both double duty?
Maybe.
That's the way.
I've got
Just so
one
you guys-
car that I really like right now, and then I got one
Just-
car that I don't really like. So I run the car I really like at races I really want to win, and then the other one I just run other times and see if I can win with it.
Where are you guys
Why
at
don't you
this
put
week?
another one together?
Oklahoma?
I mean, I don't know. I've got one more sitting over there that's ready to put together, but we had built another car and destroyed it. So then we went back to the car we thought wasn't that good, and then we won a race with it. So I was like, oh, okay, it can't be that bad. And then we took out that car that I really liked to Belleville, and I was like, okay, yeah, this car is really good. So we put it back up.
Like I'm not gonna say who, but I have a buddy that runs similar equipment to you, and he's like, hey, if this one doesn't feel good, I'm just gonna put another one together. Like,
yeah, we did. I mean, we did that earlier in the year, and obviously we destroyed that car, but there really wasn't much difference between that one and the one that we've been running mostly this year. Like I say, we've been able to make this other car perform pretty well. Just the other car, man, it's light years ahead of both of those. So, man, we got 2 more new ones in the shop here this week, so I don't think we'll be trying to bring any of those out till maybe next year, but who knows?
So let me ask you this question, because I never hear it asked, and I think it needs to be asked if you're sprint car people. Sam, you and I used to run J&Js. Our cars basically got to where they were pretty expensive to run. I feel like Maxim's in that same boat, and I feel like there's about as big a gap as there's ever been to Triple X versus all these other companies. Obviously, you race Triple X. No, they don't sponsor us, but I feel like Triple X is getting a good enough reputation. Do you think we're about to see like a mass exodus of people just going to Triple X's because
for sure
they're five times cheaper than anything else?
Well, pricing, even if you aren't getting help from them, pricing is good. And then hurting a car, it doesn't make it like unfathomable to go, okay, we can just put together another one, like for what they cost. And like for everybody that, I know fans maybe not know this, but like, we've talked about all these cars are unsafe. Like we've heard all this stuff, right? And me and my guy were just in the shop today. I had one on the table here and I was like, dude, they really put out a really good product. Like if you saw the product they put out years ago, like I don't even know what year the first year was, like 2009 or something early on, versus what they have today. Now, okay, we're not going to compare their craftsmanship to J&J or RPM or even the Chenet stuff. Like there's nobody that builds cars that nice. Trust me when I say this. There's no quality that's nicer than those as far as the welds and the way it physically looks. But these cars are safe race cars. There's been people hurt in safe race cars. There's been people hurt in unsafe race cars. I think in today's time, I think it's all about how the crash happens, the circumstances. I just think that's everything that goes along with it. But yes, if we talk about Triple X, there are so many guys that are going really good on their cars. It's hard not to run them, is what I would say. And coming from a guy that, I drove a J&J, very well built race cars. People could argue that they're the best built race car in the country, all over the world, whatever you want to say. But, like pricing, racing is expensive now. And, the Triple X stuff is just, it keeps a lower buck guy in the sport a little easier, I think. And even the bigger buck guys are switching to them because they have a lot of speed. It shows across the board. A lot of these teams are being very successful running those cars.
Iowa girl asked this question. She's asking it legitimately. That's why I'm answering it. She said, Sam, we've answered this before, but she obviously hasn't heard. Sam, serious question. How did you run a fuel last year at Knoxville? The answer to that is the crew guy literally fueled up for a heat race and didn't realize there was extra laps. That's he literally walked up to Joe Gertie.
Of that, but yeah, it's
the crew guy literally walked up to Joe Gertie, who's on our team, and basically was wide-eyed and said, as Sam's rolling around for the B, he literally walked up to Joe Gertie, one of our team guys, and went, "Oh shit, I think I just fucked up. I only fueled up for 8 laps."
Yeah, I guess the confusion here, and whatever the case, because he had said something after the heat. He said, "Hey, we burned X amount," and I don't remember how much he said. And he's all like freaking out before the B. And I said, "Hey, dude, just do what we would normally do." And I guess he took that as put heat race fuel in, I guess. And to be honest, like, not to be overconfident, my guys don't really run a lot of B mains unless we're like at an outlaw show, potentially. So maybe they just didn't know how much. I don't know. Like, usually we have our stick marked, like, okay, this is heat race, this is qualifying, this is what, what I'm saying. Like, we have all that. It was just a mistake. Like, it wasn't the prime time to make a mistake like that. I could tell you that, because it killed our whole attempt to even do anything. Because our car was so good in that B. We started in the back of that A that night. I feel like we could have got the top 5, and that would have put us so nice in points. Like, we were quick time.
I think we had to get if we got top 10, we were starting front 2 rows.
Yeah, like, I feel like we could have got the top 5, but that's, man, I could be as mad as I wanted to be at the time, but that's part of racing sometimes, man. People make mistakes, and it's pretty hard to swallow, but it does happen. It happens at the highest level. It happens at low levels. It happens all over. It's just unfortunate timing.
It happened to me the year before at the same race.
We just got asked, are all chassis manufacturers mandated to use Made in America steel? Sam, I feel like you can answer this one. It's actually mostly out of Germany.
It's a thickness. We're mandated to use a thickness, and it has to be chromoly. They're not mandated to be American-made steel, no.
Most of it's from Germany, though, is it not?
Most of the stuff that we see, and I think some of it, honestly, is coming through China as well. We just don't know it, or it's not stamped on it, and that's my personal opinion. That doesn't mean that's what's proven to be true.
We're back to green now. Schuhart got gravel, or at least
you guys are way behind.
Gravel past him and Schuhart past the ball.
Yeah.
Where are you at?
Something's really loud in the background.
There's 9 to go.
Yeah, I'm at. I just now went to 9 to go as well.
I just went 10 to go, so I'm way behind you guys.
Yeah, I'm behind.
Williamson and Wyndham are really going at it.
Yeah, I see that.
Hey guys, you ready for my hot take?
Caution.
What? Hey,
my hot take is Williamson wins his first outlaw race, but it's not really an outlaw race on his prelim at the Knoxville Nationals.
He's been really good. He's been good. It's not.
I think he's going to qualify too good to be able to win.
I could see that happening, though. I really.
But I do think he'll make the Nationals. I just don't think he'll win his prelim because he's going to qualify too good to win.
That's just my prediction.
Yeah, it's a good prediction.
I do too.
I feel like you're saying that and you're 100% right. But say he goes out like early backstretch, then I do see him timing in a spot where he could.
Yeah, all that stuff's situational. You know how it goes.
Yeah. Who's going to be the upset of the Nationals, Steve? Who's the guy that's going to make it that we don't think is going to make it?
Jace Park.
He's making it.
That's a.
You think he's going to make the Nationals?
I think
so.
that. I
don't think so.
I
don't think he's going to make it, but I think if he gets everything right, the pill draw, like the timing of everything, I think he could easily sneak in there because of just he's had speed in the A mains. Like, he's passed cars, and he was even passing cars at that outlaw show.
He's doing a really really good.
I think that was a beautiful pick.
So he's honestly outrunning his his own car,
No,
his
even in
teammate,
point,
or whatever you want to call it.
So what's happening for you guys? Because you guys
we're back green.
But I see Williamson making a charge.
Schuhart's got a run on Kofoid.
Yeah, he might get by Kofoid here in a minute. Man, I wish this track would get wider.
I'm unmuted now.
And race the bottom easy.
If it would have started the way it's finishing, it'd have been a badass race.
For sure.
But again, I say it every single week, overwatered shitholes are shitholes. When you let the tracks develop, they race good. Sheldon's gone.
Oh, yeah.
I can't wait for Dominic to have a tour that's like basically the opposite of High Limit, where they just never water the track and everybody's got extra.
Yeah. Dom starts a national series at Fremont only when it's slick.
Yes.
Yeah. Dude, Fremont's not very often the way Dominic likes it. I love Fremont.
That's why I said only when it's slick.
But it's usually pretty characteristic.
Yeah, I've seen Fremont be pretty juicy.
Yeah, that's why I said only when it's slick.
When I rolled in there the first time, Andy Potter told me, he's like, this is basically where where like detuning started, was like places like Fremont and Sharon.
Right.
He's like, by the end of the night, when the 305s are turning faster lap times than the 410, it makes us think we should do something.
Yeah, you used to see like George Fisher coming there and headers so short, like just crazy stuff. You know,
Andy Potter.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Schuhart's in trouble.
I think a lot of that was from the Fisher days.
Yeah, Schuhart's in trouble.
Well,
if you talk to Charlie,
that nose ring broke.
Garrett's gonna get both of them.
Yeah, I hope so. Dude, he's so awesome, man. Just constantly getting better. He never regresses.
Yeah,
and Shaddy's a hell of a crew chief.
It's hard to put a cap on. It's hard to put a cap on Williamson because he just keeps getting a little better and better.
Yeah, he's like the guy in the hunt every night. You know, it's like
he's a young Bill Baylog.
Oh,
he's better than Baylog.
Back to the top 10,
right? But I just mean like the rate, like Baylog. I feel like he just keeps improving. Whoa, what a weird spot for the start-finish line.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Whoa, yeah.
Oh yeah, it's way off.
That might be Danny Sam's first outlaw top 10.
Good on him. The Danimal.
After the corrupt outlaws screwed him, huh, Steve?
Yep, and he overcame the corruption.
Look at how beautiful that track is now.
Yeah, it's just
I need 20 more laps.
Yeah.
So annoying. Why do we mess things up like that?
Because we get so worried about rubber these days.
Yep.
And like, I'll be honest, when we're at some of these tracks, I'll be the first guy to go, hey, dude, we got to do something. Yeah. And I'm so worried of it because, nobody wants to see that. But some of these races, we got to let it play out. You're right. And I think that we don't do that enough. And I can tell you, I'm one of the guys that usually lobbies for no rubber. I can't stand rubber racing and I hate it. So I lobby against it.
Hey, John,
honestly though, like I hate to say this, I get such a boner like when it rubbers up the last 5 laps of a race.
Like, to try to hit it first.
Yeah.
So like it's so weird because our sport, it's sports entertainment at the end of the day, and like when that guy asked us what would we rather race on or what do we prefer, like slow and slick or hooked up, cowboy up and rough. If I'm watching a race, I want to see Corey Day and every other young, dumb, full of cum kid just run through there as hard as they can. You know what I mean? Like, I think I'd rather watch a race on like a little bull ring that's hooked up with holes and shit in it. And it's kind of the same deal. Like High Limit, when I go race with them, I'm like, dude, you guys have your tracks overwatered all the time. Like it's always wet and shit. But then when you watch on TV, it's an entertaining, good product. And it's like,
I couldn't disagree more.
You don't think so?
No, I think Chico, when Chico's wet, it's the worst fucking race you'll ever see. No one passes people. It's super one lane. All you see are crashes
every 3 laps.
Yeah,
I think your opening 90-second shit video should be about this.
Can I tell you something though? When I raced there back when they used to do it like that, because I'm pretty fucking old, but one of them told me I said, man, do you guys ever think like maybe not watering as much or something, And I'm young at the time, so it's right up my alley. But he goes, Sam, people want to see those crashes. That's what they come here to see. And dude, he couldn't have been more right at the time. He couldn't have been more right. And honestly, back then, the racing was okay when it was heavy. It really was. Like, racing heavy now
it's way different.
Nowhere near the same as it used to be.
Yeah.
Like, we would go to Devil's Bowl, and it'd be heavy all the way across, and you could race across the racetrack years ago.
Yeah. You go around the guy.
Yeah, you can't do that now. Like, I don't know. Obviously, it's rules packages. It's everything like that we've talked about on our pod several times. We have too many people that have made decisions on our sport that aren't involved enough with these race cars to make those decisions. Now we get a guy like Brad Sweet in there. Well, now we're way behind, right? Like, a guy like Brad's raced it. He's done it, right? So he kind of knows the feel. But now we're so far behind, like bringing him in, like we can't backtrack on all this shit that we've done and what we've created. So like, even with now we got a guy in there that could potentially change where we're at. It's too hard to go back to where we were. You know what I'm saying?
Well, like, I just look at it like this. Like JJ, for example, I think I've seen some really good rough racing, exciting racing. Very few though, because like when I think of it, Hanford, horrible when it's wet, good when it's slick. Tulare, it's okay when it's wet, way better when it's slick. Chico, horrible when it's wet, great when it's slick. Petaluma, horrible when it's wet, great when it's slick. Placerville, horrible when it's wet, great when it's slick. Skagit, horrible when it's wet, great when it's slick. Elma, horrible when it's wet, great. It's like every racetrack I can think of. The racing to me is like, it can't be a good race if there's a pass for the lead on lap 30 and the hard chargers +3. A good race is +14, lead changes, lane changes. We don't see that when it's wet. And like, it's the hill that I die on.
I don't disagree.
I don't disagree.
I really don't. But I'm just saying, like, when I watch the high limit deal, and it's like, you can tell it's going to take rubber the last 5 or 10. Like, Amarillo is a great example. Like, it's like, holy shit, dude. We go out there for the A. We're packing the son of a bitch for 10 minutes before the A main starts, I mean, 5 minutes, legit, like, not exaggerating. Like, we're really packing the track. And then the A main starts, and there's like, you don't even know where to be because it's half grease, half worked in, but there's movers and shakers and shit's going everywhere. And it's like, damn, dude, as much as I hate the watering, this is pretty good. This is chaos. Like, it's
got to be good to watch. It's got to
be entertaining. That's all I'm getting at. Like, I want Hanford slick to that little man-made curb all the time, a little tiny bit bottom or something to follow, but like, just watching on TV, like the normal person, like if there's less lead changes and more flips, they sadly like it more. It's crazy, and like I don't know. I like I said, there's a spot right in the middle, and I think High Limit gets there a lot of the time. But like that night at Amarillo, I always think about that and just laugh. Like, we were still racing on grease, and it was putting on a hell of a show, and it was just crazy, dude. In the beginning, it was grease. And no bullshit, we started the race in grease, and at the end of the race, it was still rubber. It was wild.
Yeah.
So I got a question for you guys based on Sheldon winning here. I'm watching him in victory lane. He's already cleared 50 wins. What is Sheldon's career total going to be? Because he's still fairly young.
Sheldon's getting so much better, like at just being in position. Every time I feel like how old is he? 32?
I think he's 36.
Yeah, I was supposed to say he's older than that.
Oh. I did not know.
I mean, I could see him winning 50 more.
Someone's background is really loud.
I don't know. I was just sitting there.
It's not me.
Got TV.
No, hang on. 93. He's 33.
Yeah, I think he'll get
Dom,
to
your
100.
background scares me.
You what?
Your
Your
Background
background's
noise scares
loud.
me.
Oh, sorry.
Uh,
But
What do you
yeah, I
think,
mean, I
Steve?
could see it. Yeah, I see 100 easy.
I think he's getting another 50. What do you
I
think?
Yeah,
think
Steve?
Steve's the numbers.
Well, at the pace that this year, that was 5. And so what? We're like halfway through the season, so he could probably get 10 to 12 just this year. So I could see him easily getting to 100 too, maybe even 120. Honestly,
And once
keeps
he gets
at this
100, guess where
speed.
that puts you on the list? Pretty good.
Yeah.
Well,
Top
here's the
what?
thing: is like
Five.
if he's what is this? His 4th win this year?
5th.
Yeah.
5th.
Fifth.
So he could theoretically have a 10 win season this year.
Yep.
You do that
That's what
5
he
or
just
6
said.
times, you're well into 120, 140 through the end of your career.
So
Guess
another
where
thing
that
with
starts
Sheldon
putting
though,
him?
is like last year he had 29 top 5s, and that was his 23rd
Yeah.
today. His average
So he's-
finish is up 3 spots too.
They're killing.
like
it.
that's-
Him and Ripper are killing.
I didn't. Obviously, we had an episode 2 years ago where we cut Dom's criticizing of him, but I agreed with pretty much everything Dom said, and I did not think he was capable of this turnaround.
Yeah.
It's impressed the shit out of me.
But you know what's wild is he's doing exactly what I was complaining about. What I said then was stop fucking crashing,
But
and
here's
now he's
one
done
thing.
that.
Not
He's
having
doing
to
exactly
press.
what he needs to do.
Maybe he listens to the pod.
Dom didn't even. It's just one of those things where it's like not having to press leads to so much less bullshit. Like when you're pressing all the time and they're not qualifying as good as they want, they're not in the position they want. Now he's always out over his skis or in over his head or whatever, driving over his head. Which no matter how good you are, you can still drive over your head to try to get to these places. That's like you've seen Gravel in a few of these interviews. Like I'm just gonna race the way I want to race, no matter what anybody says to me. And it's like it's easy to get out there where you're behind and pushing all the time. Whereas I think Sheldon now is in good positions and just when he's a 5th place car, he settles for 5th rather than trying to go 18th to 7th. I feel like he's just in such a better position now.
Yeah, there's no
But-
doubt. There's no doubt.
But nobody does that. A guy starts as a meathead, he usually finishes as a meathead. A
Yeah, but
guy
it's-
that starts off as like technical stays technical. To actually make that change to me is astounding that he's made that change.
I don't think Sheldon's a dumb individual, man. Like
No,
you
he's-
see
No,
what was hindering
not
him,
at
and he
all.
knows he's
Not
a
at
very
all.
intelligent human being, and he's a competitor. And I feel like you get the data enough and you analyze it enough. But like I said, dude, I like a lot of the kamikaze you saw before was like because of the positions he was in. Whereas now, like he doesn't have to try near as hard to run 5th through like 8th to salvage a decent night. Whereas before it was like, dude, he had to do some crazy hot and child stuff just to get up into the top 10.
Yeah, and I
Like
think
where they're at right now is kind of where I thought Gio was going to be with the 77 on the High Limit Tour. Like I thought Gio would have 3 to 4 wins right now, like with High Limit. Like I'm surprised that Sheldon is as fast as he is.
Yeah, I expected the 77 to have at least 2 or 3 wins right now. And they've had the opportunity, but the execution just hasn't been there.
yeah, but like
you think it's the driver's
they're-
brother?
Could be, yeah.
Hindering him.
they're
No, I
in,
will
they're
say, like,
in a pretty good position though.
Yeah, they're continuing to improve. They're continuing to get better. They're building up. They're getting better on the race car. Their engines are running better. Like they're doing all the right shit. So I don't feel a panic about it, but I definitely expected from the start of it, like, all right, like they're gonna win right away. It's gonna be quick, and it hasn't happened. I do think they're continuing to get closer on it. But yeah, I mean, I think both teams have really shown a lot of growth. Like Sheldon and Ripper, they're going to something new, but it's more of an established team, and they've bettered it tremendously. And I feel like Gio and Eric are building from ground zero, and shit, they're third in points. They haven't even won a race yet, and they've been the most consistent car of anybody. Like only 2 nights outside of the top 10, and so there's a lot of positive. But they've got to find victory lane. They've got to start being able to hone in on winning races.
Well, fellas, the race is over. Or the broadcast is over, so we can technically stop this whenever we want. I don't know. Does anyone have anything else to add? Did we settle on what we're going to do next week? Do we want to do the Doty? Do we want to do the 100,000 race? What do we want to do?
I would say let's just see how this weekend goes and see how everybody's week looks before we commit to one, because it's always hit and miss with days for me too when I go to Morrow's shop.
Quit being logical, JJ.
Well, we're going to commit to one. Like yesterday, you posted we're answering all your questions tonight. And then we're actually answering tomorrow.
I feel like we made a pretty good ad lib there.
Yeah, did we answer all of them? Are we good?
We got I didn't know you had a bunch on yours, but we got pretty much all of them on.
I only had 2 questions.
What were the questions, JJ?
Well, the one was ratchet seatbelts or not ratchet seatbelts, which was everybody said ratchet. And I'm looking right now.
I had a good question. Someone asked one rule we would implement to help the cost of racing.
Man, I don't know.
That's tough.
I got one.
I don't. Go ahead.
I'd open up the tire rule again. Go back to an open tire rule.
Yeah, I mean, obviously that's one, but man, we talk about what's the expensive cost of racing, and engines has been the number one thing that's probably hurt everybody, right? Because the engine deals like say you're a small time team, right? And you have people that give you some money here and there. Well, you can build a race car like that. You can't buy an engine like that though. You know what I'm saying? It's a lump sum of money. So I feel like if there was a way, and there's not, it's just like anything. You're so deep into this, and at the end of the day, motorsports are motorsports. So you've got 305s over 30 grand now, right? So at the end of the day, that's what's plagued us so bad. But then we say that we've got more 410 teams than we've ever had racing. So why are we if we're spending all this money and the prices keep going up on everything and probably exponentially more than they should be, what do we need to it's not slowing these people down from buying and racing and doing all this. So as much as I would like to see the cost cheaper, it's not affecting our racing, to be honest. It's not even affecting the fans. Our ticket prices are super high now, and our fan counts are crazy.
But you can still implement rules. You can still implement rules.
I'm not saying we shouldn't, but I don't know what rule you could put in place for a motor package or any type of thing like that would deplete the cost of them.
The quick one I can think of is, didn't a bunch of weekly tracks I don't know if they still do, but I remember the Grove switching to one right rear tire a night, that kind of stuff.
But that
does not help.
That doesn't help.
It makes it worse. It makes it so guys like me now have to buy a tire instead of
he has to buy a tire that was what my bitch.
I can see that.
That was my bitch to that deal. People have asked me what my thoughts were. The only thing I would say is with the Outlaws, you know this, JJ, if you go to Outlaw race, you're probably putting a new tire on, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
So with the Outlaws, I think the one tire, or the Outlaws and High Limit, I think the one tire a night is a good rule. I do. And then a used tire for the heat or whatever the case. But for Power Eye or any of those other deals, I think it should be open all night long.
Man, High Limit's been open all night, all year this year, and I feel like there's been no, devil's advocate. There's been no, I don't think anybody's really abusing it, and I think you can just use what you want when you want. It's I just think, as a guy that's trying to race on used tires, it's nicer to do it that way.
And the benefit you have is you race at Knoxville. If you didn't race at Knoxville, you wouldn't have good usable tires. I can tell you that.
100%. I agree.
Like, so you actually have a lot of good D15As that you can take other places. That D15A is such a piece of shit race tire.
Boys, I'm out of here.
That if you go to a normal track or something, it chews the fuck out of it. So, like, it's honestly what they need to do is just go to the medium across the board with every series.
I think everyone agrees with that.
I couldn't agree with that more. That'd be the number one.
Like, I don't know why we haven't done this. It would save Hoosier a shit ton of money to produce one fucking tire. Everybody would like to run that. People wouldn't be bitching about the sidewalls rolling under all the fucking time. And guys wouldn't have all these excuses of why their cars aren't working this time because of the tires or this, that. Everybody be on the same fucking tire. It'd be great.
Couldn't agree more. 100%.
I think we're all in agreement there.
Yep. So,
like, I don't know why Hoosier hasn't done this. Like, I think it's the stupidest thing owning a company that you could possibly do. Just switch everything to medium, still get your sponsor money, all the bullshit that you normally do, sponsor whatever series. It doesn't change anything for them. I just don't understand it.
I agree. There was the last question I had on my page, Daryl, was what's the most interesting thing that ever happened to you at any racetrack? Like, have you ever met any famous people?
Oh, I got it. I got that.
Let's hear it.
There's no doubt. The most interesting thing that Daryl has ever happened to Daryl at any racetrack is when the shitter hose exploded all over him. That is the most interesting thing that's ever happened to Daryl at any racetrack ever. And I was there to witness it. And the only shitty thing, other than Daryl, was that I didn't have my phone to record all this.
Dude, I have an actual like, whenever I saw this question, I'm like, this year I was talking to a dude, like, I've talked to him a couple times now. He came down.
I like this one. I know where this one's going, and I love this one.
Yeah, dude, it's awesome. Like, so he's a cage fighter, and I'm like, oh, cool, man. Like, tag me on your Instagram post. And so he tagged me, and then I like got to following him on Instagram. Like, oh, you got T-shirts? Like, let's trade merchandise. So he came down in the pits the second time with the Outlaws, and we started talking about like UFC and everything. And like, dude, it turns out he's like UFC Hall of Famer Matt Hughes' son, and he fights just right around here in Des Moines and stuff. Like, I'm gonna go to one of his fights.
And comes to Knoxville all the time.
That's awesome.
And he's like, Matt Hughes, he's like, Matt watches like a bunch of racing on Flow and Dirt Vision and stuff. And like, I was like, I'll give him a shirt too. He's like, oh, he'd probably wear it. I'm like, dude, I literally told him, I said, Kyle Larson's a NASCAR champion and he's right down there right now. And I don't care at all. But what you're telling me is making me feel warm. That's what I said. Like, as a guy that like, I've watched all the Ultimate Fighters. Like I was telling him, like, I watched your dad coach. Like I watched him fight. Like, that is so awesome, dude. So I do have an answer for that guy's story. I thought that was cool as hell.
One that I thought was cool, and it's going to come down as pretty obvious, is when we were running midgets, we went to the Louis Vermeil Classic. And one thing I did not know much about the race, but they do like a nice dinner the night before. They do like a Hall of Fame thing. They really do a nice thing for like the history of the race the night before. And we're all just kind of just sitting there, just eating dinner, having a nice dinner. And all of a sudden out of nowhere, like Super Bowl winning coach Dick Vermeil comes up and just sits down at our table and starts talking to us. That one was cool. And it should have been obvious. I mean, it's the Vermeil Classic.
Didn't even think about that.
But I didn't even put together. And then it turns out that Dick Vermeil used to sell programs at at Calistoga, and the whole family grew up around it. And I had no idea. I don't know that I should have known because I didn't know much about the race period. But yeah, the Louis Vermeil, he's related to Dick Vermeil, the NFL coach, and Dick Vermeil actually goes to the race and goes to the dinner. And I'll tell you another cool one.
How are they related?
I can't remember, but it's pretty close. The other one that I thought was cool as hell was also with the midgets. We were doing turkey night, and I think it was the turkey night finale. We're sitting there. The format is really drawn out if you're quick. Like if you're quick, you time in the top 8 or something like that, you're done until the A main. You're just waiting. And while we were waiting there, this guy came up and he was dressed really out of place, like super out of place, like really nice loafers on. And I'm like, who the hell is it? And I'm like, oh shit, it's Chip Ganassi. And Chip Ganassi had brought like the whole team to watch Kyle run Turkey Night, which I did not see coming. I thought that was pretty cool. Like they're spending their Thanksgiving at a dirt track. I didn't expect that.
So Louis Vermeil is Dick Vermeil's nephew, and Louis Vermeil played in the NFL.
That doesn't sound right.
No.
I feel like that Louis Vermeil would have been named after the other Louis Vermeil, because I believe the other Louis Vermeil. God, I could be butchering this, but I thought he was older than Dick, but I don't know.
Maybe that makes sense. Okay, Dick's father was Louis Papa Vermeil.
Yes, so that's the relation. But yeah, when he sat down at the table, I was just like, what the hell? And then I'm like, oh yeah, Vermeil's his last name.
Calistoga, the Owl's Garage in Calistoga. That's crazy. Yeah. So Dick Vermeil's dad is the Louis Vermeil Classic.
Yeah.
That's
and
insane.
then I have a funnier one. I used to go to the Molson Indy all the time, which is the Toronto IndyCar race. And I used to always try to get autographs, and it was super, super hard to get autographs because, you know, all those guys hide in their trailer. Well, about an hour before the practice, I went down to the bathroom and took a piss. And as I'm taking a piss, I look to my left, and it's Roberto Guerrero. And I look to my right, and it's Al Unser Jr. Taking a piss on both sides of me. So after that, I literally just camped out at the bathroom because I knew all the drivers were going to go to the bathroom before they went out onto the track. And I camped out in a bathroom and got everyone's autograph except for like 3 drivers.
Definitely confirms your gayness.
Yeah, super gay.
Yep, that's pretty much the takeaway from this podcast is we should all be on mediums, and Daryl's sexuality is going
super gay
into question.
Yeah, super gay.
It's definitely questioned. There's no doubt.
Are corrupt.
Yep, I was gonna say, and I'm only watching High Limit from here on out.
Do you have any crazy?
Hard to believe.
Do you have any crazy ones, Steve?
I don't have any crazy ones like meeting anyone famous. I have a bunch of firsts. Like my family, we own Big Block Modifieds, and we raced at Bridgeport when it was still a 5/8. And man, there used to be some gnarly crashes. And one night, like we junked our car. Our driver he was ultimately fine, but he got banged up. They had to take him, transport him to the hospital. And I was 16. I had just gotten my driver's license, and we were such a small team that like I was literally like our tire guy, and my dad and the driver were the crew. So like our driver was gone. His truck and trailer were there. My dad had to drive that, and we used to tow on the back of a flatbed tow truck our backup car. Well, they came down with this completely junked race car, and we moved the backup car into the enclosed trailer and let them plop the pile of scrap onto the flatbed. Well, we were in such a rush to get out of there that like my dad starts getting in the trailer, and he's like, wait a minute, like who's going to drive the tow truck? Because like I was 16, like I had never driven like anything that big before. So like I literally had to drive this tow truck for the first time ever, like over the bridge, through the toll booths, like to the hospital. And then when we get to the hospital, we met my brother. We realized we never even strapped the car down on the back of the flatbed. Wow. It was just sitting there. And we actually just put the tow hook around the front clip, but the car was so damaged that the front clip wasn't even connected to the car anymore.
I feel like Sam's craziest stuff was going to the racetrack. It's not like at the racetrack stuff. Sam, I would say your speeding ticket in Washington.
Yeah, we've told that on here before.
And when we tried to do the car wash at US 36.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
I feel like those two were your craziest ones.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of them though, man. Like if you go do this stuff long enough and you go travel like we did back in the day, like, most people go home every week or get home every week. And back then when I was younger, probably till, I don't know, probably about 27, 28 years old, we stayed gone for 3 or 4 months at a time. Like we really did stay gone. Like these guys talk about going out on the road and racing, and these guys go back to their shop every week. Most of them do. Sometimes they'll go out for a stretch, but when you literally go out on the road like we did and live out of your toter home for 3 months at a time, like the amount of stuff, like that's just normal to us. Like at the time, like it's so funny. Like if you could ask Daryl, like some of the stuff like back in the day, like it was just normal life to us. And like you tell people some basic stories and they're just blown away. So like the stuff that's kind of basic to us, for most people, it's like really astonishing. Like, man, we had, dude, the places like, my guys, perfect example. Like, well, where are we going to park the rig? Right. And like for you, it's just normal. Oh, we'll just fucking pull it up right there. It's not a big deal. We traveled for years like this, and like them, they're 16 and 20 years old. They don't know. They're like, oh, you can't pull it there. And I'm like, dude, we fucking raced for years. This is how we did it, and man, just think about the places we parked and the parking lots we got drunk at and just the craziest shit we did back in the day. Like,
I'll tell you one.
Unreal.
I'll tell you one, and I thought of this because of JJ. The one year we were running Vegas, and Sam had a hotel room, and me and the other crew guy were sleeping in the toter, and we get this knock at 4:15 in the morning, and we cannot figure out what this knock is about, and they won't go away. Like, they will not fuck off. So finally, I open the door, and it's the cops, and there's all these friggin' helicopters above us. And they tell us, you guys got to leave. And we're like, no, like we're staying here. And they're like, no, you don't get it. You got to leave. One of America's 10 most wanted is in this parking lot right now. We have SWAT teams everywhere, and we're clearing out every single vehicle. You guys have to leave right now. So like one of America's 10 most wanted was like hiding in the parking lot we were in at the Orleans in Vegas. Like
that's epic.
Yeah, but like that's like honestly, we have millions of stories like that.
I love it's a like simple one. We have a simple one. Sam at Gold Cup. I loved what you guys did the one year at Gold Cup. Just stupid little shit. Tell people what you did there with like the water truck and the cop car and shit.
Oh man, the one year we did this twice actually. We pulled.
I was there for the second one, but I feel like
pulled the lever on the water truck, like because. I mean, they douse that fucking place, and I said, like, you guys ever like not put that much water on, Well, after that one night, we dump it. Well, we did it the next year, the same thing. Nobody ever knew it was us. What actually, like, they camp, inside that, like that pavilion area. They used to camp inside there. You know what I'm talking about, JJ?
Like yep.
Yeah. So like, all the water like from that was like flooding into these people's camp areas. No shit. Like it was crazy. So then like, I don't know, the next night, Dirt Cup's over. We're all having fun. And like, we're probably way past our expiration date and cops show up and I didn't do it, but Andy sees the door handles on the cop cars, just like, crazy shit, took their plates off, like just funny shit, man. Like it was, and like I wasn't really a troublemaker back then, but man, we just had a lot of fun, dude. One year we were in Wendover, Utah.
Yeah. This one's awesome.
So I don't know if you ever been to the State Fair in Texas, but big cowboy, and it was a big lit up cowboy, like with like Christmas lights. And we got thrown out of the strip club.
And I don't think when they threw us out, they realized we were everyone. Like there
was like 12 of us.
But they didn't realize all of us knew each other.
I was getting thrown out. So I said, well, if I go, all my guys were going with me. There's a bunch of us. So we all left. Like we filled the place up. So we're leaving, and I won't mention who it was that threw this, but
I will, because they're legendary for it.
Yeah. Okay.
We're all just throwing rocks.
We're all throwing rocks.
We see the big cowboy, and Lucas Wolf grabs a rock,
Lucas Wolf grabs a rock, throws it at the cowboy. None of us are doing shit. We're not doing, and all of a sudden we hear smash, and the cowboy's pants are done.
Yeah,
They've
like,
got he's
the shirt up is still fully on, but the pants down are off. It was the craziest shit. We were laughing so hard.
It was just a fluke throw by Lucas Wolf, and it smashed the cowboy's pants out, and then we took off really fast.
Oh, it was hilarious. That was like, there's so many of those stories. I bet we could sit around for hours and hours and hours and tell those.
And you and I aren't even insane. Picture like Paul Sides.
Yeah. We didn't do near the shit that these other guys did. You know, what we did was very, very, you know, I would say like private schoolboy type stuff compared to what those guys were doing.
Yeah, Paul Sides in like 3 weeks would have us covered for like everything we did.
Oh yeah. Those guys had a blast. You know, they you know, like we didn't go that hardcore, but we still had our fun. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah. I find anyone who travels, if they leave that job, always regrets leaving the job. Like I said this on the pod before. Any crew guy, no matter how unhappy or happy they were when they left, like thinks back of time on the road fondly. They might not.
Yeah, but I don't think they do it now like we did it back then. Just like I don't think they lived it like we did. You know, they're like I say, they're back to the shop pretty often and things like that.
We haven't even told the best story though. The best story of all time. I wasn't there for. Sam was there for. JJ, you'd have been in the vicinity. Was when our crew guy decided he could ride a fucking bull.
Oh boy!
Tell the story, Sam. This is how we're ending it. We're ending with this story.
This is a good one. So we go to Skagit, and that's back when Dirt Cup was 15,000 win 360 deal. Well, we basically sweep everything out there. We won Elma. We won at Skagit, like everything. Life's good. Things are great. Well, our buddies, they take us out to this rodeo. And we're out there, and this kid, he's like 21 years old, works for me. And then there's another kid that works for me, like 17 at the time. And this kid's from like East Texas and pretty country. And he's watching these guys ride these bulls, and he's like, oh, those are a bunch of pussy bulls. Those are Washington bulls. They ain't no Texas bull. You know, we're having some drinks. You know, we're buzzing up pretty good. And I go, what do you mean? He's like, that ain't no Texas bull. Those are some pussy bulls. And so I'm thinking this guy knows all about bull riding. Like, he's from East Texas. He sounds like he's sounding the part. So I said, well, you know what? I won a lot of money this weekend. I said, figure out how much it is to enter the bull riding deal. It's $117. I remember it like it was yesterday. I pulled $117 out of my pocket. I give it to him. I said, hey, dude, we're going to enter you into this deal. I said, do you think you can ride? Because this was the whole deal.
3,000 to win.
3,500 to win. Nobody had ridden the whole time. So all he's going to have to do is ride one time. And he's acting like it's going to be just so easy to do. So I'm like, well, dude, here's 117. I said, we'll split the winnings. He's game. Oh yeah, this is great. So he goes, gives the money. The deal's like, how many days later was it? There like 2 or 3 days later or something.
You. I was getting ready to race Larson at our.
So he had time to prepare. So he goes and gets a mouthpiece. He goes and gets a button-up shirt, a couple other things, not much, and the day of the rodeo, they have a parade. It's either in, I don't know, Cedro probably. Yeah, Cedro would be. So they have the parade. We're on the street watching the parade. And he's all dressed up and ready. And they're still watching the parade. And I said, hey, man, I'll go with you out there so we can get ready. What time you got to be there? He tells me. So I start riding out there with him. And we're riding down the road, and I said, hey, man, you know, if you don't want to do this, you don't have to do it. I said, I don't give a fuck about the $117. And he goes, oh, no, I'm going to do it, Sam. I said, okay. I said, let me ask a question. If there were to be 10 bulls how many would you ride? Oh, it's hard to say, Sam. It depends, if they turn into your hand or not. So I'm really thinking he knows what the fuck he's doing.
He's JB Mooney.
And I'm like, okay. I said, well, and then we get like, we're about to pull in, and I've asked him 2 or 3 more questions, and I said, hey man, so like, how many bulls have you ridden? Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I said, well, okay, how many bulls have you ridden for 8 seconds? Oh, I've never ridden a bull for 8 seconds. And I'm like, oh, fuck, this is not good. So we get there, and Daryl's going to have to pull the video out so we can put this on here. But
I'm going to put the video on the end of it.
Yeah.
When we do the YouTube version, I'll put the video on the end of it.
So, and the guy wouldn't be mad if you posted it because he probably laughs it up today. But so everybody finally shows up to the rodeo. We're all getting excited to watch him. We're all having our drinks. And they open the gate. And as soon as they open the gate, he's already hit the ground. Bam. Like the bull's not even out of the gate. He's like and then he's laying down by the gate. And the bull actually stomps on the side of his neck.
Oh no.
Scratches his neck up pretty good, swells him up. And the 8-second horn, when it goes off, the bull's already went back in the chute. Like he's already went back.
The key thing to post when I post this video, the key thing in the video is to focus on what the bull is doing when the horn goes.
Yeah, when the horn goes,
calmly walking into the stable as our crew guy just got his neck stepped on and is dying.
And like the best part about it is like, I just think back, oh, those are some pussy Washington bulls, and he got slammed so hard, and it was so good. Like
Sam had to get him in the emergency room.
Yeah, he went to the emergency room, and we had to go pick him up after. Oh, it was crazy. Man,
Sam was smashed, so he wasn't exactly the guy to pick him up at the emergency room.
Yeah, they called me, like, I was drunk. I'd passed out in the hotel or whatever, and they called me, and I thought it was the next morning. Like, I thought it was the next morning. It was crazy still. So I had a cab take me to Devo and Missy's house. Then we left from there and went and picked him up. It was classic.
Yeah.
Good times.
Yeah, don't pretend you can ride a bull if you can't, is the other takeaway from our podcast.
Yes, bulls are harder to ride than they look.
8 seconds is a long time in certain situations.
1 second is a long time.
And yeah, I'll do my best to post the video at the end. And like I say, the key is
it's probably not the best quality, but the video is definitely well worth to watch. It's well worth to watch. The best part is, that's the best part, man. Oh.
Anyway, fellas, thanks for doing this. Appreciate it.
The Lucas Oil Lake 34 Raceway are bad. Okay.
Someone asked who's gonna win. JJ, give me your pick and we'll log off.
Bye.
Later.
Overton or who else? Shepherd.
For this late model race,
yeah.
Moran's been rolling, but Overton and Shepherd been battling.
There you go. All right, boys, I'm out.
Talk to you later, fellas.
See you guys.
See you, fellas.
See ya.